Yo, what's going on, everybody, and welcome on into yet another spectacular edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I am Steve. I got Timmy T. Oh, wait, the gun shows up. Oh, the gun show. Timmy,
cheers, everybody. Cheers. What's going on?
Tim is over there.
Yeah. I'm right here.
What's happening, Timmy? How's the weather up there? We got the smoke out, but then torrential downpours.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's cool. It's calm. It's not bad today. Yeah, yesterday was a little crazy with the rain, but we're doing good today. Nice and cool.
It's a weird thing to say, but in South Florida today we had a heat advisory, as if that's needed.
Is it just
hey guys, it's hot in Florida today.
Yeah.
Heat index and all that stuff. Ant down there, Dalvin Cook's travel agent still, because he's still not gotten that job done.
He hasn't decided where he's traveling to yet.
Could be rough.
He's leaving me hanging right now.
Yeah. You're waiting on that commission. It's pretty funny.
I mean, I have a good feeling of where he's going to end up. I just think it may take a little longer than we expected.
Is it down south? Is that what you're thinking? He's going back to play for the Canes.
Just cover the ibis. Just cover the ibis.
Before we actually get underway here with the show, one quick thing that I wanted to bring up was
Dave's missing again.
Let me find it for a second. But I can't find it. The arena football team that was owned by Antonio Brown has been kicked out of the league. Now he's getting the entire teams tossed.
Did you hear the reasoning? Behind this?
Talk about the reason why.
Okay, so when all of the owners in the league on a monthly basis, I think it's 7 or 8 ways, I forgot how many teams it was, they split the costs of the league evenly each way. So he bought the team, I believe it was in early April. His first payment was due, I think it was sometime in mid-April. The first payment was made. However, his May payment was not made. And then a couple weeks after the May payment was not made, he charged back the April payment. They fined him $1,000 for him just being a goofball. And now, after he failed to meet his 12 p.m. deadline today to not only pay his back payments that were owed, but to also pay his $1,000 fine, he didn't pay those. The whole team's out of the league now.
You're out.
The two-time defending back-to-back champion, whatever their team name is, I have no idea, but they're out of the league.
Albany, whatever.
Unbelievable.
That's probably why he didn't do it. They're going to kick me out. 2-time champs. They're going to kick us out. Bye.
Well, and the trouble that you have to go to do a chargeback. I mean, I'm sure that somebody,
of that amount
did it for him, went through the bank and everything. Terzio, it's a quick conversation before we actually start the meat and potatoes of the show. Antonio Brown's Arena Football League team was kicked out of the league, basically for non-payment. All right, with that, let's go ahead and get this party started. We got some, disappointing news for those down here in South Florida, with the NBA Finals wrapping up, Stanley Cup Finals wrapping up. We'll get into some baseball All-Star voting, and then something that I saw right before we started, I want to get into a little bit and see some live reactions out of you guys of
those are always fun.
NFL top 100 players released today. So don't cheat there, Ant. Don't cheat.
I want to pull this up.
Dave would.
I was
Dave
about
would
absolutely
to
put
up.
Like, oh, what?
Don't do it. So we'll get into all that stuff and probably some more right after our brilliant opening. All right, welcome on back in. As acknowledge us, of course, Antonio Brown. Yes, absolutely, Terzio. So before we get into what we'll dive into, I will remember this week to change the goddamn background. Boom, there we go. Hey, it's progress, baby. So with that, Ant, take it away with.
I just want to say I think I'm contractually obligated to state this. The NHL logo needs to be the equal size of the other logos.
It's equal to the NFL.
But that's not accurate.
But then if I brought down the NBA, then it would be too small. Then I got to bring, and then it's gone.
Well, I just think that the baseball being the biggest is weird.
It's rectangular, so there was no way to, OCD is a problem here. So
I'm just kidding.
No, OCD is the problem here because then I would have to bring the NBA a little bit taller and then stack NHL on top of NFL. Take away with the Stanley Cup. They've already removed all the flags out here on right in front of the arena. The flags.
No more parties. No more parties by Steve's house for a while.
Thank goodness.
The traffic is gone.
Now Steve has ice capades. All right, ice capades and all that.
They're going to do a dual Eastern Conference champion parade around your neighborhood.
Eastern Conference.
No. Okay,
we never found out. We never got to find out how that was all gonna transpire.
Very disappointing.
Miami doesn't plan in advance anyway.
No,
but go ahead.
But nobody does apparently because Las Vegas doesn't have. They still, I don't think, have announced what's going on with the parade. But that's supposedly the Vegas City Council will not allow them to block off the strip for a parade.
Are you serious?
They are like highly against it, supposedly. So we'll see what happens with that. They're talking about doing like a stage and just having the people come to the stage on the strip. But
2 words: Bunny Ranch. I mean, Jesus, it's right there in front of you, people.
Jimmy Garoppolo's already got the space reserved. I heard they're having a hard time getting the booking. So for those
pay big bucks for it,
been living under a rock this week, the Vegas Golden Knights put the Florida Panthers out of their misery. I believe the final score was 9-3. It was not a close game for most of the game. Congratulations to the Vegas Golden Knights on a tremendous season. I've been waiting for Raul to pop up so I could personally congratulate Raul. I'm sure he's very excited.
He's a Devils fan. He's a Devils fan.
Oh, so it doesn't count?
It's his second team. Come on, people. Second team.
Gotta have a backup.
Just in case.
Yeah, so Vegas wins it. Jonathan Marchessault is your Conn Smythe winner, which a lot of people have no one's really given kickback on it, but I have heard several people talk about that it should have been Jack Eichel, or maybe it should have been Mark Stone, who did something in Game 5 that do you want me to bring this up now for the crazy stat of the day?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
So here is a nice little jingle. I can the stat of the day.
Crazy stat of the day. So Mark Stone in Game 5 scores a hat trick in a Stanley Cup clinching victory. And your crazy stat of the day is that is the first time that someone has achieved that feat, a hat trick in the Stanley Cup clinching game, and they're on the winning side of it. It is the first time it has been done since 1922 by Babe Dye of the Toronto St. Pats. So it's a long time ago for
Toronto St. Pats.
A Toronto hockey team being good. So it had to have been a very long time ago. It's actually only happened one other time before that, and that was in 1920 by Jack Darrick. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. That was in 1920. He played for the Ottawa Senators. So Mark Stone, with something that has only been done 2 other times in NHL history.
A century ago.
And they were both over a century ago. Insane.
Wow.
That is your crazy stat of the day there. But yeah, no, what can you say about Vegas? I mean, I touched on a lot of the things in the Stanley Cup preview article. I picked the Panthers to win, but I laid out that I thought the Knights had the better forward group and the better defensive group, and I thought that the only edge the Panthers really would have been through coaching and goaltending, and goaltending wasn't very good for them. And I don't know that we can blame Bob all for that. The defense in front of him really let him down, and once they started playing from behind, and started pressing a little bit more offensively. It just led to more odd man rushes the other way for Vegas, who just capitalized time after time after. I swear, it felt like every 3 seconds.
It was like a machine.
Oh my goodness!
And so in 2 games, they scored 16 goals.
Yep.
That's
a 7-2 and 9-3 were those 2 victories.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, I think they scored more goals actually in Game 5 than the Panthers did the whole series, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look it up to be sure, but it was pretty close. I think because I think the Panthers, I think they matched them. I think the Panthers only had 9 in the series. But yeah, I mean, what can you say? Matthew Tkachuk unable to play Game 5. For those of you who didn't hear about why, Matthew Tkachuk in Game 3 broke his sternum.
No big deal.
And we'll do Anthony's doctor minute here. For those of you who don't know what the sternum is, this bone here in the center of your chest that connects your collarbone and all of your rib cage together, that's the sternum. It's a bone.
Hulk Hogan broke it when Earthquake attacked him many years ago.
Yeah.
Sternum broke.
He broke his sternum in Game 3. Just for those of you who are wondering, he finished Game 3 and actually scored the game-tying goal in Game 3 with about, a minute left in the game? Mm-hmm. And he played all of Game 4. They said before Game 4 he couldn't put his own uniform on. I'm not sure how this man was playing hockey. Along with a wealth of other injuries that, of course, are revealed now that the season's over. Aaron Ekblad, Panthers defenseman, broke his foot in the Boston series. For those of you
hold on. Let's go back to the previous injury.
The sternum.
So yeah,
it's right there.
I want to So in olden days, that would have been like, oh, you're a badass. Still, right? But now is he also a dumbass?
I mean,
like one solid hit would have been like
compared to any basketball player, badass.
Absolute
badass, but not smart.
These hockey players, they are a different breed, and
yeah,
when
they're nuts.
I believe he made comments about it. They were asked him why he played through such an injury or why he was playing injured, and he said it's the Stanley Cup. So there you go. His dad doesn't have one of those last time I checked. So,
every single NBA head coach should play that in their locker room
while their stars are sitting out for maintenance days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he finishes Game 3, plays all of Game 4, and it sounds like the team may have forced him to sit out Game 5. But it's a 4 to 6 month recovery for that type of injury. It's a very serious injury. It's not something minor.
His death to be on their hands.
Didn't want it televised. My gosh. But yeah, hockey players are built different. Paul Maurice in his post-game presser revealed a number of other injuries the Panthers were facing, and he made sure to clarify, and I would make sure to re-clarify what he said. These are not excuses. This is just what happens when the season ends. They go over all the injuries that everyone was facing. Yeah. Aaron Ekblad, almost 2 months ago in the Boston series, broke his foot. Oh, excuse me. He missed 1 game, by the way, in the entire playoff run with a broken foot. He also dislocated both of his shoulders, has a torn labrum and a torn oblique. He missed one playoff game.
Oblique.
Radko Gudas suffered a high ankle sprain in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. That is a 4 to 6 week recovery timetable for that. He did not miss it.
But skating on it.
But yeah. I was going to say, but I'm not a skater. I've skated maybe.
It would hurt very badly.
Yeah, no, of course. But is the fact that you can put a skate on and put on support? It's. I would imagine it's easier to do that than be a football player to come back and making cuts, or a basketball player.
I would probably disagree.
Okay. I would fine.
Just because of the way your skating motion is, there's never a time where if you're standing normal, you can stand in such a way where you're not really putting all the pressure on your foot. There's no way to skate without putting pressure on. There's no way to stand on skates without putting pressure on that leg. That's just a constant thing he's dealing with.
There's some shots going in there. Also,
I'm sure there's something
shooting him up. More.
Along with some of the other injuries, they said Sam Bennett also had a torn labrum or a dislocated shoulder. There was a couple other players dealing with torn labrums. And like I said, Paul Maurice made sure to clarify these are not excuses. Vegas outplayed them. They deserved this Stanley Cup. They played phenomenal hockey. I was not very fond of the officiating in some of the last few games of the series, but I was talking with another friend of mine who's also a rabid hockey fan, and he basically said the same thing that I'm about to say. Even if some of those calls had gone Florida's way as opposed to Vegas's way, I'm not sure it changes the outcome of any of the 5 games. Honestly.
I think you said that in the chat. I think.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely some calls that I didn't like, but at the same time, the way Vegas was playing, especially defensively, I mean, what they were doing offensively was unreal at different times in the series, but defensively, it really just felt like Florida had to scratch and claw and break bones and do all sorts of stuff just to get decent scoring chances, and Vegas was getting them left and right with no hesitation, and really they Adin Hill, you got to give him credit for what he did in the series. At the same time, he really didn't feel like he was tested very strongly at any point in the series. So none of that matters. He's a Stanley Cup champion now. They raised the cup. We talked about this in the chat earlier. The only sport where the players get the cup first, the most prestigious trophy in all the sports, goes straight to the players. Really cool to see, though. Also, I've noticed a lot of people talking about it. So the Jonathan Marchessault, who wins the Conn Smythe, was the player that the Vegas Golden Knights took in the expansion draft from Florida. What's interesting about that is that the Florida Panthers traded Riley Smith to Vegas on the condition that they would select Jonathan Marchessault. So the first two players for Vegas to hold the Stanley Cup after Mark Stone, because the captain always gets it first, were Riley Smith and then Jonathan Marchessault against the Florida Panthers. So
amazing.
It's been a phenomenal series. Head coaching article coming out tomorrow regarding changes. Peter Laviolette has finally been named the head coach of the New York Rangers, which, hey, listen, for Rangers fans, this is not a bad thing until year 4. These first 3 years are going to be phenomenal. You guys will, I'm telling you, it's every stop he goes to. Washington was the only one. Washington was the only stop where he did not see immediate results in the first 2 to 3 years.
It's a rejuvenation thing where he gets bored, or
I think so. Based on some of the stuff that I've been reading, and I'm going to touch on some of this in the article, and some of the stuff that has been said by former players and other reporters who have covered him live and in person at some of his stops along the way. He's a complete asshole, and it wears thin on people after time. So the first couple of years, hey, it's cool. He's an asshole, but he's good. And then after year 2, 3, 4 is when people are like, yeah, he's an asshole. Fuck that guy. So I do expect them to be very, very good for the next, I said, 2 to 3 years. But
he might fit in the city of assholes, so you don't know.
Yeah. And this is true too. The New York, the only city where he actually logged NHL playing time. So
yes,
as a player, so it's possible.
Yep. Tergio said that Vegas is the favorites to win again next year. I don't know what the odds are, but they should be.
I did see that.
Makes sense.
For Vegas, they don't really have any large free agents or anything. Their only real free agent is their goaltender Adin Hill, who was beginning of the year was their 4th goalie. So I don't see that one happening. The Rangers have some cap stuff that they're going to need to clear up, and Patrick Kane is not playing before January at the earliest. He's having hip resurfacing surgery. I'm not going to explain. My doctor's minute is over. I'm not going to get into explaining what that one is. It's very complicated surgery on your hip.
Yes.
And so he's not he's not playing for a while.
Yeah. All right. So Timmy, you got the Rangers tattoo on a commercial on MS. Do you know this, Ant?
I know he has the Rangers tattoo, and I believe he sent us the commercial.
Okay. Yes. I don't remember if you were.
And it still gets played. It still gets played every now and then.
That's awesome.
Does it really?
If I got royalty checks, I'd be in the fucking money. But I don't get no royalty checks.
If you get a tattoo of the team on your body, you're a top fan. What do you think about the hire?
Well, like Anthony said, like, he everywhere he goes, immediate. And again, let's hope we win the cup for the 4th year.
Please.
Because then who cares if he's an asshole after that? But I'm more worried about, like you said, the cap thing. Like I said, Kane's out until probably January. The cap space is always a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like it. Like you said, we should be cool for 2 to 3 years. Fine. Immediate response, immediate boost. After that, we don't know. But they are at a win now situation. Next 2-3 years, they have to. They don't. Here we go all fuck all over again.
Would you have felt better?
Another search.
Yep.
Would you have felt better if they had hired John Hines instead of Peter Laviolette, or do you think that's the right coach for right now for them?
I think they're built for now. Like you said, he's an immediate guy. I think he's immediate results. 2-3 years, that's cool. If he turns out to be an asshole in 4th year, who cares if you're holding that cup in your hand? No one's going to give a shit if he was an asshole or not. Bill Parcells was an asshole. Let's just all face it.
Bill Parcells is
an asshole.
Bill
Parcells is melting. Like his body is melting.
Yeah, he is. Can I say something? Ever since you said the wears Toronto St. Pat's, I had to look up the jersey. It was like an old time prison costume.
Whenever I see that jersey, it reminds me of the logo of Callahan's from Tommy Boy.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
That's what that looks like.
And when you were talking about skating before, I am one of the human beings. No matter how many times I see it, I can't even fathom the physics it takes to skate.
Oh, okay.
How does your fat foot stand on a fucking skinny blade? To me, it makes no sense whatsoever. No sense.
Yeah. Now imagine doing that with a broken foot or
I tried it once. I hit the ground and I was like, I'm done. Don't need to do that anymore.
Wait, quick story. My very first time attempting ice skating was in Central Park. And I get the skates on. I'm doing well. I'm like, holy shit, I can do this. This is me. And I'm going along, and then I start getting brave, and I'm going a little bit faster. And I tested out my braking ability, and it was okay. And then just one time around, my skate got caught as I was trying to brake, and I do a headfirst slide like as if I'm in, diving in a home plate. And
toe picked.
Yes. And where do I slide right in front of? There's a whole, that whole area where the stands where people sit down and put their shoom right in front of, and I stopped right in front of there. I got a huge standing ovation from 1,500 people. Fantastic. So that was my first time attempting.
One time for me, and I said nope.
And my nephew's a hockey player. He's been playing hockey since he's 4, and he's just he is 16.
So he's draft eligible next year.
Oh, he's come back from a broken clavicle.
Hockey players, they're just different.
We knew about like he had zero fear when he was young, so we knew something like that was going to go on, and then he started skating.
He was the one instead of walking down the stairs would jump off the second floor.
Yes.
And
Facts. Yes.
He was built for hockey. He's ready for it.
Yes.
Just to jump back to the Rangers real quick, we talked about some of their cap woes. Alexis Lafreniere and Keandre Miller, both restricted free agents, both do pay raises. There has been a lot of rumors that Alexis Lafreniere is on the trade market. Former first overall pick, Alexis.
First overall, I see. I wanted him and Capo and all those guys. We're going to build a foundation. We're going to build a dynasty. No, all right, he's already on the trading block already.
Well, they turned around and spent money on guys like Artemi Panarin and Mika Zibanejad and paid Chris Kreider to stay for a bunch more years. And now those guys are all buried on the third line, and they want to know why they're not producing like first line guys. So.
So I don't know. I want a bonus just for learning how to skate because it makes no sense to me. That and the guitar.
Oh yeah,
I don't get the guitar either. I don't understand how you.
I want to try and learn
with a guitar.
I want to try it.
Don't make no sense.
I feel like that's gonna be like my next.
I got a lesson. They were like, "Oh, you this." I go, "Yeah, what are you doing here? This." You just do this. That doesn't make sense. I'm doing it, and I'm hearing nothing. You're doing. You're making these fucking amazing sounds, and I'm going the same thing you are, but nothing's happening. I don't get it. I don't get the physics behind it. So
rock band, baby.
Drummer,
when
baby.
all else
Drummer.
fails, go back to rock band.
Yeah, you just click.
Man, I spent so much money on that stuff.
That's why I was the singer. That's why I was a singer. I don't understand you and your wacky singing instruments.
No, I could do the guitar. What I couldn't do was the drums in that for some reason.
Drums
with
are
hard. With the kick drum.
Yeah.
Boom.
And you don't look. No one looked cool playing the drums in Rock Band. No one looked cool because you're like.
No.
Yeah,
exactly. You're like.
Is Terzi? Who's Terzio's hockey team again?
The Mets.
I think it's the Rangers.
Everything's the Mets with Terzio. Everything.
Okay.
By the way, can I give a shout out, Steve? I apologize, but I just want to say Happy Louis Castillo Day.
Really?
That's all I want to say. It's just for Terzio, though. That's just for Terzio.
I was at a buddy's house. That's a moment that you remember
Castillo?
where you were. I was at a buddy's house watching it, and A-Rod hit that pop up. I stood up. I was like, all right, we got this. Oh, you bastard.
Me and Eddie were there.
Oh, and just as soon as they showed him his footwork, I knew he was, for some reason, I knew he was dropping the ball. He was shuffling his feet too much like an asshole.
You don't remember this one, Anthony? It was Yankees Mets. The game is.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Over.
Subway Series.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, we were at that game. Me and Ed were at that game.
Disgusting.
Oh my! You've been at some. You've been at and missed some historic games.
Some big ones.
Oh, let's not get the ones I missed.
David Wells. So you gotta outweigh each other.
Yeah, you balance it out a little bit. That's all.
The world is balanced. Terzio, why so
angry? He's so angry all the time.
Why? All right, let's move into some NBA talk here, and of course.
Oh, let's go to Dave. Dave. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not here.
Yeah. Where's Dave?
I think Steve's got the live feed for him.
Where's All right. So, along with disappointing end to the Stanley Cup finals down here in South Florida, also a disappointing end for Heat fans down here in South Florida and across the country. Listen, the Heat had an outrageous run, and nobody expected them to be there. But the Nuggets were not going to lose to anybody, and Ant might touch on this also. But for anybody to come out now and they got the easy road, it doesn't matter. They won the NBA title. They can't determine. Giannis got hurt. Maybe it would have been the Bucks and the Nuggets in the finals. Maybe, but all these freak things. But that should not be the first thing that Heat fans start saying.
Oh,
not
I don't
only
think it was Heat fans, but...
because I heard that night from a Heat fan saying, "Well, the Nuggets were fresher because they got the easier path." That was one thing, and then then what was the other thing? Immediately, completely unprovoked, and this is not Dave the troll. Completely unprovoked. Well, we beat the Knicks. Okay, why? See, that is why I know. It's not the whole fan base, but the Knicks just are up in there. Allen Houston, Chris Childs, Patrick Ewing, all those guys are up in the head of Jeff Van Gundy, of a lot of Heat fans. I'm not directing this at Ant.
Certainly ain't this one.
No, and nor should it be, right? And Red Sox fans shouldn't be pissed at Met fans anymore about 86 because you've won how many titles since then? But it still irks the Red Sox fan, and that puts a smile on Timmy's face.
So back to the whole Nuggets. They had the easy way there. I have never understood the argument of, they should have had to play Team B. Oh, you mean the team that lost to the other team that Denver already beat? Like that makes logical sense right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they should have had to play Golden State instead of LA. LA beat Golden State. Am I missing something here? Like, am I on crazy pills? What is
it? Then Golden State should have won.
Yeah, had Golden State beat LA. Guess what? Denver would have played them. That's how that works.
There's a lot of those throughout the years of, we should have beaten that team. Well, you didn't, right?
The only one of those that I'll ever even pay any sort of attention to is if,
the
for
Knicks in
instance,
94?
No, absolutely not. I've told you this. The Knicks don't bother me because last time I checked,
No,
Allen
90,
Houston has
94.
Whoa,
Whoa. That was 94. That was pre
I'm sorry.
that. I'm talking about the Rockets. Whoa.
94. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, the Rockets.
OJ.
They should have had OJ.
Yeah,
The Rockets should have. The Rockets.
OJ beat the Knicks that year.
The Rockets didn't have to play Mike. They would have never won if Mike was there. He wasn't there. If I had a time machine, I'd be rich. But guess what? I don't.
If Woody had gone straight to the police, this never would have happened. It's just it would have, could have all day. It's would have, could have all day. Like I said,
the only time I'll even pay the smallest amount of attention to an argument like this is like, say for instance, Steph Curry got hurt against the Lakers or something like that and didn't play. Maybe then okay.
We're about to get trolled.
Is he in?
He's in. Let him in.
No, Mello.
He just woke up.
Good evening, fellas.
He just woke up.
No, I've been awake.
He's been watching with hate filled. He's been trying to swallow the poison, the spew.
Dave,
let it out, Dave.
No disrespect. I've not given any disrespect to either of the teams.
No,
I am being a right down the line, unbiased host.
I just want to say
I don't know what I heard when I was getting ready. While I logged on, I just heard someone mention, I was happy with the outcome of the NBA Finals, but it's okay.
No, that was in the chat.
Okay, that's what it was.
I don't think that was here.
I read it.
I was happy with the outcome, but on this show, I've been right down the middle. Not a word.
Unless you were the only reason I would give you to be happy is if you made a bet, and then I'm happy you won some money.
I didn't make any bet.
You didn't
bet on it.
Listen. Not on that particular game. I did make money during.
You didn't bet on the series?
There were no against Florida.
The series
parlays?
Overall, of course, but I also bet individual games because I'm a degenerate.
You didn't do it like Tim said. You didn't do an against Florida parlay, an anti-Miami everyone.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
One of the games I did Tuesday, Wednesday, or was it a Wednesday, Thursday? So you can figure that out. Heat lose, Panthers lose,
and it was both game threes.
I don't remember what. It was a game 3.
Oh no, the Heat won game 2. I'm sorry, it was game 2 and game 3. Was that how it broke down?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You lost one of them.
Yes.
Yes. It was game 2 or game 3.
Well, all right. So, Dave, Terzio. Wow, Terzio, right in. Boom. Dave, what time are the Florida Panthers playing?
Terzio's an old school troll. He's an old school troll. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I don't think Terzio wants me to go into that New York team that he favors and likes to talk about a lot. So I'm just gonna, keep it civil today. Again, you could read. I have a no comment on my my headline here. I'm gonna keep it civil. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets. Congratulations to the Las Vegas Knights. South Florida literally handed you, both cities, your first championships.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe the Denver mayor and the Vegas mayor owes the Miami mayor something.
I told you they're planning a dual Eastern Conference champion parade around Steve's house.
Get it out of here. All right. So, some of the talk around the whole after the finals thing we talked about today. And Timmy, I didn't watch that second video that you sent where you said the Joker was better until
he was highly intoxicated in the second video.
He said he didn't want to leave the parade.
Yeah. Well, it was him saying, I know what I said about the parade, but I fucking love it. He's like,
He was drunk as shit.
And then, did you see the other guy? I can't think of his name.
Where is he from? Where is he from, by the way?
Serbia.
Right through this window here, next door, I have neighbors from the same place. Let me tell you something right now. These fuckers drink 24/7. Not only do they drink 24/7, if I go in the backyard for something, you can't leave without taking at least 3 shots of some shit in the bottle. And I'm not a big drinker, Tim. I say, no. I got work tomorrow. No. Next thing you know, you're like this. No. Two. No. I can't even walk down the alleyway back to the house. I'm fucking drunk off my ass already. So yeah, he was having a good time at that parade today.
I need to go visit Timmy today. In the chat, he shows something that looks nice. Now with the alcohol outside. Hey, Timmy, I'll sleep on your couch.
They're 24/7 next door, and they got relatives in from the old country. It's like a party back all night. All night. Not my old country.
Did you ask if they know Nicola?
No, I'd love to ask him though.
Well, they probably know 30 Nicolas. It's a very common name.
Yes. It was Aaron Gordon. Did you see? Reporter went up to him and said something about something, and he was drunk, and he was like, "No, that Modelo's got me lit," or something like that.
Yeah.
And then who was it? KCP with Stone Cold Steve Austin chugging contest with a fan. That's really great interaction from whatever the team is, whoever would have won.
Did you want to talk about Nikola Jokic?
We could talk about Nikola Jokic, the Joker.
I'm going to bring up what we were talking about earlier in the chat because I think it's relevant.
Well, I started because if you're gonna have a douche of the week, I said, well, he's kind of my douche of the week. How do you?
And I didn't know because I haven't been following stuff. So
I said he's the MVP and the douche of the week, only because, like I said, even after the game, he seemed very melancholy, very big fucking deal. We won. I don't really care. Even the getting the trophy, and he had his kid in his hands, like, hey, pretty cool. And then at the conference, he's like,
either. That's why
he's like, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, the parade. He's like, parade. I don't fucking go to parade. I'm going home. And they're like, no, you got to stay for the parade. He's like, I guess.
He's like, no, I want to go home. And he says it's Friday. Okay,
so he was very douchey those 2 days, but then he said today he was like, oh, now he was all lit up because he had a few drinks.
Alcohol.
So
Sergio, we're gonna get to that because that happened. A lot of stuff happened in one particular game in Miami. I don't remember it was 3 or I think it was 4. Yeah, it was 4.
It was game 4.
Sergio, you're spoiling everything. But go ahead, Ant.
Yeah, so like Tim said, you just won the NBA championship. In the post-game presser, you're talking about how you don't really care about basketball that much, and everyone hates their job, and how you're ready to go home, and how you don't want to be here. And what do you mean I have to stay till Thursday? I have a horse race this week on Sunday. I have to get home.
The horse race.
Yeah,
nice.
Those are his words.
I didn't see that.
His words. I posed the question: if Mike Trout, not that he's ever won anything, but if Mike Trout, after a baseball game, was like,
unprovoked attack.
Listen, I love Mike Trout, but he's the one who signed that stupid contract to stay in Anaheim. That's his own fault. I don't feel bad for him.
When he's a Yankee, don't worry about it. We'll take care of that.
Hey, I'm not, as much as I don't care for the Yankees, if it meant Mike Trout winning something, I might actually be for it. He's one of the greatest baseball players ever, and he's nothing to show for it. It's insane. But no, I think if it had been a different athlete, if Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or God, just name anyone. Name any big, more ex-wife jokes. Any big athlete from any of the major sports, if they got up on the podium after winning a championship and we're like, yeah, it's not everything though, and I really want to go back home, and I don't really want to go to the parade, and no one likes their job, they would have gotten destroyed in the media. Everyone laughed it off. Oh, Nikola Jokic, it's hilarious.
you funny foreigner, you funny foreigner. It's all right.
That was me.
You see, that wasn't me. I'm watching. I'm going, wow, what a douchebag. Because I watched the whole championship thing, and I'm just like, why does he look like he just doesn't? Like they won, and he was walking around like, congratulations.
Well,
okay, that was fine, but then he was just like, hey, give me my kid. I just want to fucking go home. It's like, dude, you just won the goddamn NBA champ for the first time for your city. You should be a little more enthusiastic.
He clearly doesn't care about Denver.
I
just happens to play there.
You know what I thought about when he said that was that commercial with the, I don't know if he's a Serbian player or what. It's usually on ESPN, and he's a great basketball player and he wants to try being an announcer. And his play-by-play is he dribbles it, 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 dribbles it. Like he's so yes. That's what I thought that that's what came to mind when Joker was like, "No, really, no." I was like, "Oh, that's funny." It's like Andre the Giant talking. I don't know.
Yeah, I just like I
I
said,
don't have an
think it's a
issue with
double
what he
standard.
said. I don't think so though. Jokic isn't from America, so if Patrick Mahomes were to say it, yeah, they would look bad. If someone else were to say it, they live in these cities. Jokic
Okay, so if
doesn't live
Connor
here. He lives here
Connor
part
McDavid
time.
wins the Stanley Cup and then talks about how he doesn't care about hockey. He doesn't get ripped for it. He's not
It's
American.
It's hockey.
Stanley Cup
Wait,
had good years.
I'm just saying,
Stephen A. Smith
and
now.
also the way he grew up, it's obviously a lot more different than anyone here. To him, this is probably not his favorite thing to do. He's doing it because he's talented.
Hold on, hasn't he
And
been here like
it's
11
providing
years
a
now?
life for his family back at home. You know, if he could, he probably would just race horses all his time. But you know, he's got to provide for. How many people does he provide for in Serbia that we know of?
Big surprise here. He's made over $100 million. He doesn't have to play any more basketball. He lives in Serbia. He's fine.
Well, we don't know how many people he's taking care of over there. We know he's taking care of his
It's $100
doofus
million
brothers.
in Serbia. He's fine.
He owns Serbia. He is Serbia right now.
The richest person in Serbia.
He's
I'd almost
taking
bet
care-
money
I don't
on it.
know. I wouldn't say that much because you know you still have a
There might be
Novak.
some Russian oligarch over there or something. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I would say he doesn't own
buddy.
Serbia because there's other Serbian players that are famous.
Not
Novak
like-
has owned Serbia for how long now?
So two people in all of Serbia have a net worth of over $100 million, and he's one of them. Got it. And I'm not trying to crack on Serbia. I'm really not. But like, it's not like he needs to do this anymore. He's definitely past that point of like, oh, I have to make enough money to supply my family. No, he's done. He's done with that. That part he's far reached it. Not to mention with the success he's had here, he could just go back to Serbia and do commercials over there for the rest of his life and still be fine.
I don't know. I smell a hashtag tonight. Anthony hates Serbia.
Watch out.
I have no problem
Anthony's
with
like,
Serbia.
blame Serbia.
Blame Serbia. If not for Serbia, we would have another ring in the whole
all right.
country. No.
Have you ever brought? By the way, have you ever brought up the fact about the Eastern Conference Championship MVP and the Western Conference? What the trophies names are now? Have we ever talked about that?
Oh,
They named all the trophies now.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the Larry Bird is the Eastern Conference.
That's right. You goddamn sons of bitches. Recognize.
He's like,
Who
goddamn
was
right.
holding it up this year though?
And so what? It's a Larry Bird trophy. No matter what you say from now on, no matter who wins that trophy, you have to say the
Big
Larry
Heat held up
Bird.
Larry Bird.
Exactly.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that Larry Bird trophy? Larry Bird never won it.
That's right. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? But you know what's coming next? The final trophy is going to be the Michael
Later
Jordan
trophy.
trophy. It's the
No,
Bird.
he has a
No,
trophy.
they'll probably name it another trophy after Bill Russell.
They
The
won't
bad
last.
baseball player trophy.
Wow.
All right.
What is Mike has a trophy, doesn't he? Didn't they name something after Mike?
They had to have.
I'm pretty sure it's an MVP they named after him.
Yeah.
Did they? I don't know. I never heard it. Well, the NBA Finals trophy should be like a Bill Russell or something like that.
There's the MVP is the Michael Jordan trophy now.
Is it? Oh, okay, I don't know. Good for that. There you go. But Larry Bird, known to be one of the grumpiest men in the world, was actually very humbled by that trophy. And his quote was, "I'm upset that I'll never get to win the Magic Johnson trophy." Because he would have loved, he would love to have done that.
Yes.
Wait, okay, so now I just remembered. So Anthony, I'm gonna go back at you with this Jokic situation. Jimmy Butler was recently asked about the Hall of Fame, and he's like, "I wouldn't go to the Hall of Fame." So there was I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. Everyone gets in. It's a little different.
No,
if you
but you
played
should
high
still
school
care about
basketball
it.
for 2 years, you're eligible. Everyone gets in.
Come on, that's a double standard there, though.
Go look at the list of players in the Basketball Hall of Fame and tell me that's the same thing as winning an NBA title. Please, please. Everyone's in the fucking Basketball Hall of Fame. Name a player you think is like borderline top 20 right now in the NBA.
Borderline top 20.
Borderline top 20.
Jamal Murray.
Hall of Famer. He's making the Basketball Hall of Fame. He retires tomorrow. He's a Hall of Famer.
No way.
I don't think.
No way.
Go
Steve,
look at the
name us
list of
some Nick
people
players,
in
and
the
we'll see if they're in the
Basketball
Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
There it was.
That-
I was waiting
That
for
center, number 33, Patrick Ewing.
Okay, you're gonna name one guy. Give us someone else. Come on,
I
give us
can go
Eddie.
back to all those
Give us some Eddie Curry's. He's in the Hall of Fame.
First of all, he's a Miami.
He's got a
Heat,
ring.
too.
He's got a ring, and he's not in the Hall of Fame. So
Wait a second. Why did this become
It always comes back to you and the Knicks.
Eddie
Always.
Curry? Pat Riley thought he could resuscitate Eddie Curry. Did that work?
hey, he got him a ring. That's all that matters, right? A man retired with a ring.
Oh, Ant is busy looking for crappy players who are in the NBA Hall of Fame. Let me find some shitty players that are in the Hall of Fame.
I'm just saying that's kind of like eventually you want to get to the Hall of Fame, whether it's the WWE Hall of Fame, the NBA, the MLB. You want to get to the Hall of Fame to cement your career, your legacy, and for him
Have
to
you
say
ever
that
heard of Matt
is sort of like
Clifton?
Who?
Matt Clifton?
we could do the same thing with baseball. Do we want to go to baseball and start putting random people?
They're a lot pickier than the NBA is.
We had a Just Too Sweet episode. We
They
took
did.
all the wrestlers out of the Hall of Fame who didn't deserve to be in there. Remember that? That was
We
a great
sure did.
episode.
Who'd you take out? Hang on, hold on. Who'd you take out?
Man, I don't
Off
remember.
the top of my head, who'd we pull out of there? Damn it, I don't know. Off the top of I'm getting old, dude.
Some of us wanted to take the Warrior out.
That's how this Warrior shit started, by the way.
But when is the trial? We're still waiting on this.
I'm waiting on the two lawyers. I'm ready to go.
You know, this litigation stuff takes forever. You know, you set the pretrial date, and then that gets delayed. Melo put a motion in. You know,
Exactly.
all that stuff's going on.
Is
Melo's
Melo defending or prosecuting?
He's prosecuting.
Oh.
See, when the finals came up and Florida started doing good, he's like,
Coco, beware.
He said, "Your Honor, I need a continuance. Your Honor, I need a continuance. We have to postpone this trial to the end of the NBA and the NHL finals." I said, "All right, I will grant that. I will grant that continuance."
He learned everything that he knows about being a lawyer from Liar Liar.
Damn right.
He won that
All right,
case.
yeah. Coco Beware was out.
Coco Beware does not belong.
Does not belong.
I would kick Jordan the Animal Steel out. You don't belong.
We did talk about that. Yeah, I remember you did say that.
No, I'm just looking at three here a real quick list. I don't know. We had a bunch of those. Hilarious.
There was quite a few.
Pete Rose,
Goldberg. Did you guys think he wasn't one?
Goldberg's
Yeah,
out.
Goldberg, get the hell out of there. You kidding me?
Here, what if I give you
Goldberg's a Hall of Famer.
Sting.
The streak. Come on, guys. Goldberg's a Hall of Famer.
The streak when she was force-fed jobbers.
It was fake.
For 30
It would
seconds.
go from
For 30-second matches.
It's still
60 in a row.
It still was
and
all
then
the way
next week
up
on
there
Nitro, it's
until
93
Oscar.
straight. He fought 33
those
matches.
house
a
shows.
week.
You don't know how many people he fought. Those house shows.
Yeah, one Monday it was 25 and no. Next week he was 78 and no.
Yeah.
He didn't fight 50 people in a week. I don't care how. And they didn't even do house shows WCW back then.
That's true.
It's like he fought 50 people in the parking lot in the shopping mall. And, you know.
I'm gonna get killed if I start bringing up some of these players. These are terrible. You got guys on here averaging 12 points and 7 rebounds for their career.
All right, give us 3 quick ones. Give us 3 quick ones. And
Have you ever heard of
make them hurt.
Bobby Jones? Bobby Jones?
Pitcher for the Mets, 1998.
I was going to say pitcher for the Mets sucked.
Or power forward for the Sixers for a decade in the 70s and 80s. Whichever.
Dual athlete.
Yeah.
Dual sucking.
12 points per game. What is this? A 12-year career across the NBA and ABA. 12 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is there anything else to read here? 1 block, 1 steal.
When did he get inducted?
2 assists.
Maybe
He got inducted last year.
3 years ago.
That's true. That's nothing. I could be in the Hall of Fame with those numbers. I could be in the Hall of Fame with those numbers. What are you kidding?
13 and 6.
2019.
Here I was thinking it was gonna be like 19, like 80 something. Jesus.
Wait, what the hell
Nope.
is this? What?
He played in the 80s.
Why is
Like,
he getting? There's no statute of limitations here.
Especially for sucking?
Guess
This
not.
is disappointing.
Hang on. We'll keep going. See, I want to do some of these that you guys are gonna really question. Like here, how about I give you stats and you tell me if it's Hall of Fame worthy?
Well,
How about that?
I don't know. That's like a moving target now.
Is it?
Because back in the day, crap like that could have been thought of as Hall of Fame. You know, back in the day in baseball, nobody's going to win 300 games anymore, so no more starting pitchers can go into the Hall of Fame.
9.8 points.
No.
10.3 rebounds.
No.
Yeah, 10.3 rebounds.
Wait,
2.8.
how many all defensive teams?
I was about to say, but he won all defense 10 straight years.
6 times all defense.
All right.
That's Hall of Fame worthy?
How many years did he play?
I wouldn't say first ballot.
He played 18 years.
All-Star games?
Whew.
8.
He made an All-Star game with those stats?
8 All-Star games. You're gonna laugh when you hear the name.
Well, when you hear 18 years and 6 defensive play, that doesn't really matter anymore.
Played in the 90s and 2000s.
Oh.
Yeah, so 8 All-Star games, 6 defensive teams.
This isn't even a hard one.
Charles Oakley?
No.
Really? Knicks living in the minds of Heat fans.
I know where we beat them.
Who is it, Ant?
It's Dikembe Mutombo.
I was going to say him. But how deep into the 2000s did he play?
2008.
Well, he was 63 years old when he retired.
I wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame.
He played in the 08-09 season for Houston.
I wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame.
Really? I think he's Hall of Famer.
Those are tough numbers.
He's the Hall of very good. That's where he should go.
What does he?
He's in the blocking Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like where is?
So we're saying Dennis Rodman is not a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he's a.
You want to compare profiles? You want to compare profiles with Rodman?
Sure.
Rodman's career numbers: 7.3 points per game, 13 rebounds, 3.1 blocks. I'm sorry. Whoa. Backtrack. Under 1 block. Sorry, I was looking at turnovers. My apologies. Or personal fouls. Rodman, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 8-time All Defense, 5-time NBA champion, 7-time rebounding champion. Sounds like a little bit of a different resume. Maybe not a lot. It's a little different.
The championships is what kind of puts him in.
8 All Defenses, 2 Defensive Player of the Years.
I was never impressed by him. Plus, I hate all the bad boys anyway. Every
saying.
one of them.
Oh, no. Here's my favorite one. Here's my favorite one to do. This player averaged 19.7 points per game.
Dave fell out.
Just yeah. Oh, I want to wait for him to come back because he'll like this one. Please tell me he's coming back. This is a good one. He's going to like it. Dave, come back. You'll like this one. Get back in here. I'm not even saying that sarcastically either.
Okay, while you wait, so I just pulled up a story. I literally typed in "Why is Mutombo in the NBA Hall of Fame?" Right. So up comes an NBA article. I don't even know who's written by it, but the very first thing is, did his teams win enough? Why is that part of it?
No, Hall of Fame is
the object of the game is to win. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure, but. So if your team wins 10 championships and you're the 9th guy off the bench, do you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
If you have mediocre stats but have championships, it probably increases your odds, no?
That's right.
Well, you just said mediocre.
Mid-tier, maybe I'm being a bit harsh with the mediocre tagline. I'll give you that because 10 points, 10 boards, a double-double is not over 18-year career is what I said, right? 18 years. Oh, come on, Melo.
No. That was 2 of us trying to do it at the same time. Go ahead.
Over an 18-year career, a double-double. And like I said, I'm not trying to discount Dikembe Mutombo. He's a great player. Hall of Fame worthy?
What about, is Robert Horry in the Hall of Fame?
First,
Sorry,
let me
my
do
internet
this
is going in and out. So
let's do this one. This
Yes.
one is just for you, Melo. Just for you. And you're gonna like this one, I promise. All right. 19.7 points per game, 18-year NBA career, 1 NBA title, 4 all NBA teams. I believe only one of them was first team, the rest were all second or third team. That is the resume. 44% shooter from the field. Hall of Famer, 19 points per game.
if you're catering this to me, I think I know who it is, and I'm gonna say yes.
You're going to say yes. Who do you think it is?
Is it Zoe?
No, it's not so.
No. Who is?
I
Who is
am
it?
I
still
was
a
just
Heat
looking
fan.
at
I am
Zoe.
still a Heat
I was
fan.
just looking at
Stop.
Zoe. There's a comparison here between Mutombo and Zoe.
Zoe averaged 17 a game for his career. I'm pretty sure
That's
it's a
fine.
lot higher.
Zoe won 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, made 7 All-Star teams, putting him behind Mutombo in both categories. Mourning also won a championship ring, albeit as a backup to O'Neal.
He was very, very important in that series. Just throwing that out there.
This is the article I'm reading clearly.
The player was not Alonzo Mourning. Is the player a Hall of Famer based on the fact you know it's not Alonzo Mourning?
She said 1 championship, right? 17 points.
1 champion. 19 points.
19. And when did he retire?
Not that long ago. If I give up the year he retired, you'll know who it is. He played at the end of the 90s and retired within the last decade. And I say decade as a longer range of years there.
Richard Jefferson?
It's not Richard Jefferson.
Damn.
Is he a Hall of Famer? Just that's the answer to that part of it.
19 championships.
No, not 19 championships.
No,
What?
19 points and a championship. I'm just trying to think because if he was pivotal to that, I would give it to him.
4 all NBA teams.
4 all. Yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't say he's a first ballot, but eventually
He was a first ballot.
He was a first ballot. Jesus Christ.
Championship shouldn't mean Hall of Fame because even the towel boy gets a fucking ring.
No, that's why I don't. It should be on your accolades. If you contribute to a championship, I think that should also go to your resume.
Yeah.
What if you spent your entire career losing until some really good friends popped into town?
Well, that was a good hint. That was a good hint.
There's a hint there. Really good friends.
Tim knows who it is
Oh
now.
God,
Tim
is
knows
it Chris
who
Because
Bosh?
now you get
Paul
super.
Pierce.
Now you get
Oh,
super.
I
Jeter
thought
in
I
there.
was gonna go Bosh too.
Paul Pierce.
I thought it was Bosh.
Paul Pierce.
I don't
First ballot
think
Hall of
Paul-
Famer.
I don't think he is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't.
I don't either.
You're right. The thing is that he was very mediocre. His team sucked.
He was never any good until KG and Ray Allen came to town.
Well, he wasn't
He
bad.
wasn't
He
good?
just wasn't good.
He was
His
a
teams
volume
weren't good.
scorer. He was a volume scorer in the 2000s. He was like
He
the
had
most
no
common
help.
thing there was in the NBA.
Yeah, he just had no help ever. That was.
Don't
that
you
was-
talk bad about Antoine Walker that
that
way.
Antoine
that-
Walker was his best.
That was
addition.
Tippy toe 3.
Like they say in Boston, that's a dark time for the Celtics. Dark. It was wicked dark.
So Timmy, is he a Hall of Famer?
No, I don't
He
think
said
he is.
no. He said no.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I'm honest.
He's very overrated. He's very overrated. But anyway, he's a Hall of Famer.
What do you mean? He's better than Dwayne Wade, according to him.
According to him.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only person it's according to.
But my favorite thing about that is Jalen Rose just went right in on him, and he's like, he's got more this, more this, more this, more this, more this. His face just goes down like
He was an arrogant prick. That's for sure.
Paul Pierce?
Yeah.
He's done more notable things off the court than on the court.
All right, let's rewind here. Back to Game 4 of the NBA Finals down here in Miami. Conor McGregor is now involved in 2 scandals. One, he knocked out the mascot Bernie.
Bernie.
Yeah, say his name.
Guilty.
I
He has
said
a name.
Yeah.
I said his name. And now, and then they had the drunk lady that they had a cart off on the stretcher.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only
see
person
that?
who thought she was just too hammered to continue on.
Oh, she was absolutely hammered. And then they call it medical emergency. No,
That's how
She's
she
drunk.
looked on the stretcher. She was like,
she was drunk. Now comes word that Conor McGregor is now being accused of sexually assaulting a woman at that same game. So a lot of stuff went on during that game,
I read about this story earlier, so I'm just going to point out two things that are they're probably in that article. Two things that make this story more interesting, and I'm not passing judgment either way. The woman claims that not only was she assaulted, but that the Miami Heat team security and the NBA league security, who were both in the building because it's an NBA Finals game, assisted McGregor in this act. And I will leave. I'm not saying anything else about it. I'm just putting that information there.
Sheesh.
Yep. That's exactly it. And it says not only the woman is accusing of sexual assault, but of violent sexual assault
In the bathroom, right? That's what.
in
It
a
sounds
VIP bad.
Sounds pretty bad. Yeah.
Trying to force her into multiple sexual acts. So obviously, we'll see what happens here. Innocent until proven guilty, all that good stuff. But I wouldn't be surprised.
I didn't know that the Heat's mascot was named Bernie. Congratulations. That's a great fucking play on words. Bernie. I love it. I love it. And I'm not even being sarcastic. I think it's great.
Wait, you don't like the Panthers mascot's name?
I don't know the mascot's name.
The Panthers mascot's name is Stanley C. Panther.
No, that's not good.
What does Stanley C stand for?
Stanley Cup.
Then
that they've not won.
But they don't own that shit. They don't own the Stanley Cup.
That's what you play the game for. I thought it was
yes,
Bernie is better. I will say that.
I'm just jealous because my teams don't have mascots. None of them have mascots. None. I'm like that old man. I like old man teams like from back in the day. We don't have mascots.
What's the stupid guy on the logo for the Celtics? They got what's his name? He's got a name.
That's just a leprechaun guy running around.
He's got a name though,
dude. If it's not an actual guy in a suit, not just wearing makeup and shit.
Let's have a couple
Celtics games in Boston. There's 500 guys dressed like that. That counts.
Yeah, it's a leprechaun. That don't count.
Notre Dame has that idiot that runs around the entire field.
Do you understand? That's a mascot. A guy in a suit with a wacky nose and all kinds of crazy shit. A guy wearing green hair and fucking a kilt. It's not a mascot.
The Panthers also have the rat.
Good. I'm a huge fan of mascots. My favorite is Blue in the Indianapolis Colts. I love that guy. He's awesome.
Blue. You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue.
He fucking hits people in the face with pies all the time. I love that guy.
I like Mr. Met. He's actually probably the best thing about the Mets.
A mutant baseball. He's a mutant baseball.
Yeah, and then he got married a couple years ago.
Exactly.
What?
There's a Mrs. Met?
There's a Mrs. Met.
Absolutely.
Stop.
Yeah, there is.
You kidding me?
Steve, please pull this picture up.
I've seen. You don't know
Wait. He doesn't know.
Let's do this.
Is there not
I smell a top 10 mascot show coming up soon because it's only baseball from here on out. We're going to have to come up with some good subjects.
We got next week.
We
got a good one for quarterback.
Yes.
Can't wait.
All right, here we go.
Can't wait.
Pull up Mrs. Met already. Come on, you have that stock photo of that picture. There they are.
Look at the lashes.
Look at that beautiful couple. The lashes going. Look at that slim waistline.
Looking like a
Coke
Coke
they're
bottle.
wearing masks together.
Look at this.
Terzio's missing this. He'd be fucking creaming himself.
Wait, go back. Go back one.
Wait, go back one? This guy?
What is this from?
It looks like an Instagram. Mrs.
No. What does that say on their shirts?
That's from 2000.
Oh, this is from 2015.
2015,
okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
And also, they've been married a while then. I thought you meant like they just happened like a couple years ago.
What? Look at Mrs. Met twerks. Look at her.
You should put up Mr. Met giving the finger. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that's the best.
He got caught giving the finger, which is awesome.
It's great. There it is.
So, I don't have a kid yet, I'm assuming.
Steve, can I tell you right now? If you get that tattoo, I will pay for it.
Steve, you should 100%.
Swear to God, I will do it. You got to come up here.
How could you not do that as a Mets fan? That's the perfect Mets tattoo to get.
You gotta come to my guy though. So
wait, look at this one's being funny. Look, Mr. Met got in trouble for sticking the middle finger up, but he's only got 4 fingers.
There is no middle one.
He's like the Simpson.
But look, the arm, the elbow slant here, that also indicates the same as the middle finger. So
I'm glad we critiqued that one just to make sure.
We should,
like I said, no.
All right.
We only have baseball. We're going to be getting desperate for subjects. So here we go. Top 10
man.
mascots.
We'll do top 10 this, top 10 that.
You have to incorporate look and name. They both have to incorporate into the selection.
Yes.
Bernie.
I'm down to do this.
I dig it. Gotta say I dig it. I wasn't making fun.
Bernie's a good one. All right, I want to talk a little bit about football here.
Before you go, I don't know if you guys got the notification. I know it is football related. Not good news. Ray Lewis III, son of Baltimore Raven, Hall of Famer, son died at 28.
What?
Shit, really?
You can't deliver that with a smile.
I just got that notification.
Oh, wow.
28 years old.
Breaking
It's
news.
terrible.
28.
Oh.
None of the other details around it have been released as of yet, but
I just got a thing about a tornado. I didn't get that one. Well, damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Can I bring something real
so
quick? Since the mood got changed so quickly,
from mascots to Ray Lewis's son died.
Well, no. As a Giants fan, I had to bring up. We have to say rest in peace to Homer Jones, Giants wide receiver. He passed away, but he is most famous, and the Giants don't get enough credit for this stuff. He is the first person to ever spike the ball after scoring a touchdown.
I actually read that when I was reading the article about him passing away.
Homer Jones, baby. So we started the spike. We started Gatorade. I mean, come on, we don't get enough credit as an organization. It's not fair.
That's because some of your fans don't like your quarterback.
Well,
we are not doing that right now.
No, can't do it.
Now, okay, so
I mean, a lot of people don't like Kerry Collins, so I mean, I can't.
Oh my God! All right, listen. 2 things that I wanted to bring up for the NFL, and I didn't really want a heads up on this. I wanted to get some. I haven't even looked at it. So when I hit the tab, it's going to be the first time I saw it. But before we get to that, stop it, Ant.
I haven't opened it yet.
Bleacher Report put out basically a what if these 5 trades happen. So not to spend a whole lot of time on it, but just quick reactions if these trades were to happen. First one, New England Patriots acquire Courtland Sutton from the Broncos. So just don't imagine what the trade going back is, because they don't list that. It's just the emphasis on the major player going to that other team.
6-11 to 7-10.
Sucks for Courtland Sutton. That's what I'll say.
For Courtland Sutton.
Okay, good. I think we're all on that. Mac Jones is not the second coming of Thomas Brady.
Oh no, you're gonna summon him. Don't say his name. You're gonna summon him.
Yeah, 3 times.
It's like Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, exactly. Number 2, Atlanta Falcons trade for Tennessee Titans quarterback Ryan Tannehill.
I love it. Do it now.
You know why? That would be great, because Will Levis is the starter for Tennessee Titans.
Exactly.
Boom.
Do it now.
That sounds like a win-win trade to me.
Yes.
I mean,
do it now.
That's a
who loses
win-win,
that
baby.
Deal? Nobody. No one loses. Everyone's happy.
America wins.
The Falcons
America
lose.
is
I'd say the Falcons lose a little bit, but all right.
Yeah.
World peace may be possible if that trade occurs.
It's true.
Number 3, the Vegas Raiders send Josh Jacobs to the Los Angeles Rams.
Why?
There's no why behind this. What just none of these are explainable.
That sounds like a Raider move, but yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That sounds like them phoning it in.
Yeah, I don't see why the Rams would. They traded away players because they're trying to reset. That doesn't make any sense.
So if it happened, I would
thumbs
just say
down.
Sucks for the
Thumbs
Raiders.
down. Oh, good Lord. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers send Mike Evans to the New York Giants for Saquon Barkley.
Oh, this one has a back and forth.
Oh no!
Yes, this.
No.
What? Why? Why?
This is
Because
the one that has a
why?
back and
Because
forth.
we're Giants fans here. Just slap me in the face with that. It's just.
Oh no! Well, once you have Mike Evans, I was like, sure, that can't hurt. But no, for Saquon, no.
Yeah. If you were just saying Mike Evans to the Giants, I'm like, yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah,
actually
exactly.
not so bad. But you said for Saquon, I'm like, I don't know about that one.
It depends here, guys. Is he
Here we go.
re-signing with us or not? If he's
How old-
not,
How old's Mike
bye.
Evans?
Well, they did start talking again today for whatever that's worth. They come back to the table. So
If he's willing to stay, yeah, I'm not making that trade. If he's saying,
Oh, you
I
mean
don't
you mean
know,
he saw his buddy Dalvin Cook get cut and immediately not get a big contract? Crazy.
and wait a week later just so that it's not like how coincidental. All right, and then
One more, right?
no, it's just 4. No, it's just 4. All right,
You
and
said 5.
go. I know I said 5, but let me backtrack here because there is. I did see what the trades would be for. All right, so the Giants and Bucks trade would be Mike Evans for not only Saquon Barkley but a 2024 second-round pick.
No.
We said no to just the even swap, guys.
Is this Mike Evans 10 years ago? What the fuck are
I
they talking
don't
about?
even think Mike Evans is costing a second-round pick by himself. Like,
No,
yeah.
yeah, no,
Horrible
Agreed.
trade. Horrible.
way too much. Was giving up way
All
too much.
What's the Josh
the
Jacobs one?
The Josh Jacobs one is a 2024 second-round pick.
Who's trading second-round picks for running backs other than the Niners? Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
What do you mean? They don't have to make any trades. They're set.
It's completely set. The
Let's go
Falcons.
there.
I do that trade if I'm the Rams. I'm making that trade. If I'm the Raiders,
Well, why? You're resetting. You're taking a step back. What good is Jacobs doing?
hey, better to have him on the roster, no?
No,
Oh,
Why
he hasn't signed the tag either.
he has not.
Jacobs?
He has said he
I
is
didn't know
not
that.
going to. He said he is not going to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're going to trade Jacobs for Barkley. I can see it coming.
All
he
running
has-
backs are going to not play next year, so what it's looking like.
he-
There's gonna be
Jacobs has said that he will sit out the year because he has to prove a point that what's happening to running backs is not right.
We're gonna have
Whether
bunch
he
of
actually
Prince
does that or
out there.
not is a different story. But that's what he has said.
All right, just the last paragraph of this part just says just to give some why behind this nonsense. Jacobs can help reopen the Rams Super Bowl window to form a dynamic offensive trio with quarterback Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp in a race for the NFC West title. Los Angeles could pose a threat to the 49ers, who don't have a clear-cut starting quarterback, as Brock Purdy recovers from UCL surgery.
I mean, they should be worried about Seattle, but okay.
The back-to-back comeback player of the year plays for the Seahawks. Just saying.
Back to back. All right, moving along here.
Calling the three-peat?
The three-peat, baby. The Falcons, that was they would receive Tannehill and a 2024 4th-round pick for a 2024 3rd-round pick.
That makes a lot of sense. That one makes the most sense of any of these on here.
What? Because of Will Levis?
Of course, because of
Yes,
Will Levis.
that's
But
number one.
if we wanted to look at the lesser side of the trade, the Atlanta side of the trade, having Ryan Tannehill come in to be your quarterback in an offense that has some really nice weapons sounds like a great idea. I mean, the South, let's be honest, is wide open.
Yeah,
I mean,
they just need to protect Tannehill, and they'd be good.
Their offensive line's not bad in Atlanta. They don't have a bad offensive line. They do not
look how
have
these.
a bad offensive line.
And then the first one that I said, the Broncos would receive a 2024 2nd-round pick for Cortland Sutton. So
I think that's a great one too, just because it means the Patriots have one less pick to trade back with.
right. But so this particular article is saying that Sutton and Josh Jacobs are equals.
How old is Sutton?
Equals?
Oh well,
How old is Sutton?
both are being traded for a 2024. Well, not in this hypothetical, 2024 2nd-round pick. He's 31.
Jacobs is 25.
Yeah, and Sutton is 31.
Oh no,
31.
Oh, no.
No way.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Why would you do this? They're going through Court and Sutton, and then they switch mid article to DeAndre Hopkins. He's 31. Assholes. Who writes this stuff?
Wait, I don't get it now. Say it. Wait.
So how old is that?
27.
Yeah, how old is that?
27.
Oh,
But you would still think that the wide receiver is worth in today's NFL worth more.
Yeah, and
than
knowing he's
running
not
back.
he's 27 and not 31, I would rather have Sutton. Although 25
Yeah.
for a running back means he's still got 3 years. So that's
Yeah.
and he's really, really good. So that's 3 valuable years too.
So in this hypothetical, do you think that the Sutton's new home is a better fit for him than Jacobs' new home? So Jacobs would be going to the Rams, and Sutton would be going to the Patriots.
I think it's a neutral move for Sutton.
yeah.
The reason I say that is
You're gonna piss off Mello here.
no. I'm not using this time to shit on
Broncos country.
Russell Wilson. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'll save that for next week. There's a lot more options to throw the ball to in Denver compared to New England.
Oh yeah.
But the passing situation in New England is probably not as good. I say probably
Agree with
because
that,
it's not clear cut. But it's probably not as good. So I think it's basically a wash. I don't think it really dramatically changes his outlook either way.
So what do you think, Jacobs in the Rams? Just what? It's going to be another Cam Akers?
Their offensive line couldn't stop me and you from getting to Matt Stafford, as evident by what happened last year to Matt Stafford and their running game.
Cam Akers was just the complete and total bust of fantasy football.
Until the last 3 games.
Well, yeah, but everybody expected big production the first 3 games. Then they went back to what's the other guy's name?
Henderson.
Henderson.
Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, who had some nice fantasy games in his own right, but
I don't know. I think once he had a quarterback that was healthy, Cam Akers, they looked pretty good at the end of the year. What did they finish off?
good
What,
Lord.
2-2, or with no receivers and a
They finished
quarterback that
1-3
barely knew the
last 4
offense.
games.
the guy barely knows any offense.
Wait, are we? What are we ranking next week? How many are we doing?
15.
15.
Oh, okay.
We're
So
not
he
going to
won't-
talk about all of them.
So we know Dave won't even. We won't even have Daniel Jones on Dave's list.
No.
Next. We won't even be close. I was going to say he
28.
Daniel Jones would be 33rd, even though there's only 32 teams.
Wait.
Couple
Mello,
backups.
You're
I
asking
mean,
what they finished with, right?
the 49ers have a lot of quarterbacks there that can be ranked ahead of him
No, they don't.
if they were healthy.
What was that? 1, 2.
Such hatred.
You were asking how the Rams finished the season. They finished the season winning 2 of their last 10 games.
Well, no, I meant the
2-8.
last 4 games.
Well,
'cause
the
he-
only
one
ones
and
he
three in
cares
the last
about,
four.
the
One
only
and
ones
three in the
he
last
cares
4. 1
about
and 3.
is Baker Mayfield.
1 win, 3 losses. Not good.
Okay, they played tough teams and he had no weapons. The
Who
fact
they
that he won
play?
1 game, he won
Well, they
1
played-
game on
You
4.
are making all
Hey,
this up, Dave.
wait, Dave.
Who'd they
Who
play?
did they win that 1 game against? Dave, who did they beat in that game?
Wasn't it a Thursday night against a fucking team that had every single Thursday night game? The
Who
Broncos.
was it? Oh, they beat the Broncos. Do you remember the score of that game, Dave?
10-9.
51-14.
It was 51.
51. 5-1.
Dave.
51.
Dave's a big Baker Mayfield apologist.
What about Russell Wilson in that game? Let's look at it. You want to know how Russ did in that game?
I honestly,
Baker
guys,
Mayfield makes me
no
cry.
offense, but I'm looking forward to Dave's top 15 more than anybody's.
I can't wait.
Even my
I
own.
cannot wait.
Even my own.
I cannot wait.
Baker
All right.
1, Russell Wilson 2, Geno Smith 3.
Geno Smith.
I am-
Tyler 4.
I
Tyler 4.
guarantee. Will Levis 4. I guarantee it.
Man. Okay. Here's the final thing that I want to talk about for football. And that is CBS Sports Pete Prisco put out his top 100 players for this upcoming season. And I'll go down. I'll do a really quick 15-1 and get some reactions. All right.
Can we guess who we think is one?
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead. Russell Wilson. No, not him. It's not Baker either.
All right.
No.
So
They're gonna have Mahomes at one.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
The
I'm pretty
first,
sure
the-
Mahomes.
honestly, the first three are pretty easy. It's basically who you'd expect.
yeah. All right. So 15, Sauce Gardner. 14, Jalen Ramsey. 13, Chris Jones. Number 12, Tyreek Hill. Number 11, TJ Watt. Number 10, Trent Williams. Number 9, Aaron Donald. Number 8, Micah Parsons. Number 7, my fantasy boy, Justin Jefferson. Timmy, I think you had him in our league. Yes. Number 6, Travis Kelce. Number 5, Myles Garrett. Number 4, Nick Bosa. And the top 3,
Easy.
Joe Burrow at number 3, Josh Allen at number 2, and Patrick Mahomes at number 1. Any big complaints there?
I mean, I could make a case against Sauce and Trent. I don't think Trent Williams is the best. It says he's the best left tackle in football. I don't know that I agree with that. But he's a very, very good player. I'm not.
He's a
saying
49er. You're very.
No,
I know you're
won't
very.
I will not
unbiased.
speak badly about Trent Williams. I've always been a huge Trent Williams fan. I like Trent Williams a lot, but him and Sauce are the only ones I would probably argue against.
Okay.
And the Sauce one, I don't think the Sauce one is a strong argument. He was very good last year. He's a Jet, and I'm complimenting him, so he was very, very good last year.
Yeah,
no doubting that.
I'll give you the next. I'll give you guys the next 5.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Just to see if anybody should have snuck in. Number 16 is Jamar Chase. Number 17, Devontae Adams. Number 18, Lane Johnson. 19, Patrick Surtain II. And number 20 is Stephon Diggs. Timmy, you think any of those guys should have jumped in?
No.
So you would have to.
It's a pretty decent list actually.
Yeah.
But I would have to say based on. Let's look around.
Oh.
I would flip Allen and Burrows at this right now. I would, until he gets a better line to help protect his ass. I'm flipping those two around.
Yeah.
So you have
Timmy
Burrow
wisely whispered that.
2, Allen 3 is what you're saying?
Yeah, I would personally.
No, I have no problem with that.
The top New York Giant on this list is Andrew Thomas at number 24.
I
like him. Yeah.
I love
honestly, as I
love
scroll
the
down
tackles.
this list, I don't have a whole lot of complaints.
It's not bad, right? Aaron
It's not
Rodgers
bad.
at number 29.
It sounds like this guy knows his shit.
That feels a little high.
Derrick Henry's number 30.
So okay, timeout.
Yeah. T.
If you're putting Aaron Rodgers at 29, you're doing that because of the career, right? Because he's got the track record.
And potential for this year.
It's the track record. Why would you not put and like I said, this is not even a huge qualm, but wouldn't you put Patrick Surtain ahead of Sauce then, since Surtain has now done this for a few years, whereas Sauce just was a rookie? And I'm not even like really trying to argue. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's no. Well, I guess you can flip the two if you go in position by position. Yeah, but I honestly thought we would have a much bigger problem with this list because lists are very you can really get into a situation there. Just going through, they have McCaffrey at number 27, just ahead of Derrick Henry for running back. Jalen Hurts at 31. Dexter Lawrence also on the list, pretty high up, 34.
Yeah, I don't have really any problems. Like there's nothing here that I would really try and plant a flag and argue. This is, and I'm down to 42.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, I have yet to find one that I'm like, that's
not
wrong.
a bad list, fella. Not a bad list.
Where's Daniel Jones on that list?
Where's who?
Where's Daniel Jones on the list?
I'm gonna laugh when he pops up.
He's number one on the up and coming of this year list.
Exactly what Tim said.
I'm For real, I'm down in the 60s now. I have no problems with this list at all. I mean, there's
for
maybe
Daniel
a couple
Jones
guys
out there.
you could argue like, oh, he should be like 2 spots higher, but like that's not worth arguing. There's nothing
Yeah.
here that
It's actually pretty good. Good job, Pete Prisco. All right, a little bit of baseball talk here. Boom. Let's get. I want to talk about the All-Star ballots. The last update came out. So how it works is top 2 from each position in each league advance to the next round, and then Melo, they've changed this.
Like this is new this year, or I just haven't been
No,
paying
it's
attention.
been a couple of years.
So they have rounds.
they have what?
Rounds.
I
Like
miss the
different rounds of All-Star voting.
I miss
But
the
the-
old
but-
days where New York and Boston would just buy in every fucking
Everything.
ballot once a man and just get all their guys in.
All right. So, and then in outfield, I think it's the top 6 that move on to the next round. So, quick rundown here.
And then every team has to send at least one, so we don't get offended or hurt by
Not
anybody.
anymore, right?
Yeah,
I thought they got rid of it.
yeah, they
Did they get rid of that?
I
I
thought
thought
so.
they did.
But I
But-
feel like someone always makes it from each team, like at least one guy.
They officially got rid of it, but they still kind of honor it. Yeah.
All right.
They're
So,
like, oh, he's hurt, so he's gonna make it, but he's not playing or making it out to the game.
Yeah. How many A's are going to make that list? You know what I mean?
Hey, 7-game win streak.
hey, they're on fire, baby. They won 7 straight games.
But isn't it like even with the 7-game winning streak, they're on pace to only have like a 2 games better record than
Like 42 wins, and they staged that
Reverse boycott thing.
yes,
but
thank you.
But did you watch it? I've never watched a baseball game.
was
and I'm talking
odd.
like I watched Marlins games in like the late 90s, early 2000s when there was like 8 people in the stadium. And I have never seen a game that quiet while someone was pitching. That was insane.
The first, the
lockout.
If you guys didn't see,
Except for the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't
Hey,
matter.
and to the Marlins' defense, they played in a football stadium. Come on.
What does that matter? It held more people. How horrible.
number one, it held more people, and number 2 is more centrally located.
It held more people,
It
but
was in
no
a
one
much
was
better
going to
position
the
than their current
games.
stadium.
In,
No one goes to the games now. What's the
in Miami
difference?
Gardens.
Anyway, yeah,
By the
South
way,
Beach.
my brother-in-law
Miami Gardens right off the turnpike. How terrible.
my brother-in-law Ray helped build that stadium, by the way, just so you all know.
Which one?
The
player?
Marlins, what's it called? Fucking
Oh,
Lone
Marlins
Depot.
Park, Lone Depot.
Lone Depot. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's the one. He helped build that one.
That was the accurate face that you should make whenever you have to say that name.
Well, I swear to God, Dave said Lone Depot in the chat. And I said, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" I had no idea it was called Lone Depot.
That's how all of us reacted when we found out that was the name.
I was like, "Are you talking about a stadium?" I was like,
it's
"What is
got-
that?"
They do have good food there. They took away they changed the Clevelander to another.
It's still a bar you can hang out. And get
Yeah,
drinks.
I
It
couldn't
doesn't
remember.
matter.
They
Yeah,
changed
it's
the
like
name
No,
of the bar.
did you guys get Florida talk going on with Adventura and this place and that place? And I'm like, what the fuck is Lone Depot? Like, what is that? Is that where cool kids hang out? Like, I don't understand.
Well,
The secret South Florida
this
spot.
The arena where the Panthers play is now called the FLA Live Arena.
The Fla Live, the Flay Live,
Fla Live.
It's called the Florida Live, but yeah.
the Fla Live.
And where the
But
Casillas Center
plaster
down
on
here.
the side, it's FLA. And when they say the arena, FLA Live Arena.
We probably now have the worst, whatever arenas down here named.
The names. What's
Is
the
it-
other one?
Do I sense another segment on arena names?
It looks
Hey, we gotta
like
get
I'm
creative
feeling
this
it.
in the
I'm feeling
offseason.
it.
Write that down. Shut that down. All right, let's get to the All-Star guys here for catchers in the National League. You got Sean Murphy and Will Smith, number 1, number 2. I will like to point out a little bit of Mets propaganda here that Francisco Alvarez, as a rookie in a ton less at bats, has more votes than JT Realmuto and is having a better season. That's all I want to say. First baseman, Freddie Freeman has a massive lead, huge lead
Double.
on Pete Alonso at from 775,000 to 377,000. Pete probably won't be playing this year. He's working on this wrist thing that he's got going on. So I don't want to see him in the home run derby. Don't even mention the goddamn home run derby this year. So that's for first baseman. Second baseman, Luis Arraez, batting right around 400. The guy has been incredible. I don't remember who was on that show, but I remember that trade when it happened and saying what a great trade this is going to be for the Marlins. The guy makes contact. He's on one of my fantasy teams.
He has more career multi-hit games than he has career strikeouts.
It really
That's
is
unheard of in this era.
absurd to be batting anywhere. I mean, the last time we spoke about 400, late in the season was what, 1994? The strike, Tony Gwynn.
Been
he
a
was
while.
up at like 394 in August, which that he never.
That dude was.
He was an alien.
He was.
He was an alien. The guy could hit anything.
Oh,
guy
he's
could
down to
hit
378 now.
Oh,
what was that stat with? Remember he said that one meme that popped up. Glavine and Maddox and all these guys had a total of like 3,000 strikeouts, but they only struck out Tony Gwynn like twice. It's like what?
Yeah, between all of them.
It's like what?
Tony Gwynn had years where he had over a full season like 13 strikeouts the whole year.
He averaged his average across his 20-year career was 21.7 strikeouts a year.
God,
That doesn't even make
Guy
sense.
gets that in like 4 games.
Holy shit! Stanton almost killed Escobar yesterday. Did you see that? He hit the one of the hardest balls all season, or if not the hardest, on a 2-hopper to third base. Could have decapitated the poor guy, but he got a double play out of it. 434 strikeouts in 20 seasons.
790 walks though.
I wonder why.
Here, this is one from it must have been from last year with
why?
Joey
There
Gallo
was
on
better
the Yankees.
pitchers then.
Yeah, Joey Gallo last June
Fuck
struck
him.
out 32 times. Tony Gwynn in his last 3 seasons struck out 27.
In fairness,
All right.
none of those were full seasons, but it was a hell of a lot of.
But
at-bats.
still,
it's over
this is
6,
one
it's over
month.
600. It's over 658. Oh no, it's 700 at bats. It's over right at 700 at bats.
All right, so a full season plus total. And how many at bats did Gallo? Gallo probably wasn't even playing every day.
Probably had like 60
last
at bats
year.
a whole month.
All right, Ozzie Albies comes in number 2
Oh,
as of right now for second baseman, followed by Nolan Gorman. Is it Gorman or Gorman?
I always
heard
said
two different-
Gorman.
Okay, whatever. From the Cardinals, third base, Nolan Arenado, leading there, 410,000 votes. Second place, very close, Austin Riley at 368,000. Max Muncy, who's batting 204. This is life, guys. This is life these days. With 358,000 votes. Thankfully, Manny Machado is well behind there. For shortstop, it's Orlando Arcia, number 1 for the Braves. Lindor is number 2 for the Mets. Bogarts is far, about 100,000 votes behind. So looks like a 2 to maybe 3 person race.
Put Yuri in there.
Here's the funniest thing. When you get to designated hitter, I think we all know who Daniel Vogelback is, right? Batting about $185, and on DA he's number 8 in votes, only ahead of Matt Carpenter and Charlie Blackmon.
Such a shame. That guy's an
Hilarious.
athlete.
They're trying to,
He's a premier athlete.
Stop it.
Put him in the
Now-
home run derby. Maybe it'll fix his swing.
Oh, he can't get to anything low. He can't get to anything high. He can only swing one level, and the whole thing of it is, he can get on base.
Yeah, but it's like if he hits the
Now
thing
he's
that's
been-
level, it's gone.
Yes. I think I don't even know if he's hit a home run this year. I really don't know.
No.
I'm not sure.
You're serious.
I'll look it.
Maybe he's got two. I cannot remember whether he's hit 20 or 0.
Oh my
I
God,
can't remember.
he does have 2.
Okay.
He does have 2. Definitely not an inside the park job. Anyway, you play a guy in right center.
He's slugging 297.
Yeah.
Why is he still on the roster?
Because
I don't know. And
that barrel swing. Once he gets that sweet spot,
there's no way he has a high barrel rate.
I want to be, just because we're on here, I want to be as sensitive as possible. They gave him a mental break. Now, they didn't play him for about a week. Back, as far as I'm concerned, when guys used to struggle, send him down to the minor leagues to get right. The guy is useless as it is, and I hate saying that, but he's useless because he's a DH who can't. Even if he makes the first base, he ain't doing nothing.
The problem is, though, about sending him down is that none of the players accept the assignments anymore. They get DFA'd. They don't accept the assignment. They get take their release. Yeah.
But remember that Saturday Night Live on the airplane? Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Take it from a fat guy. The worst thing you can do for a fat guy is to tell a fat guy not to do anything. You know what I mean? Fat guy, go home.
He will take advantage of that.
Exactly. We're giving you a mental health week. You go home and sit in front of the TV and just fatty come back fatter. It's just the way
I like
it goes.
seeing him run around the bases, though.
When in the commercial, that commercial is funny. Have we all seen that commercial?
The show, by the way, has his speed at 6, and I think that's generous.
No way. Shut up. I remember Robinson Cano used to be like 2.
I think it's way generous at 6.
-6, maybe. All right, but there are some real DHs out there that got real votes. JD Martinez, who's been awesome this year, 412,000.
Fucking go away, that guy.
No, and you know what? I almost dropped him in our fantasy baseball league because he sucked. He wasn't in any home runs. Then he came back from the IL and he hit a home run in 10 straight games. I was like, thank God I didn't. But Bryce Harper number 2 and Travis d'Arnaud number 3.
You want to hear something really funny?
Yes.
I used to play Little League Baseball with JD Martinez.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
that was a long time ago.
Are they officially giving up on Bryce Harper in the outfield? Is that why he's getting the DH spot, or they just?
They brought him back early because of the But he hasn't played the outfield since early.
His haircut. Because of his haircut, they got to put him in the
hair flipper.
Yeah, the flipper.
Stupid douchebag. All right, outfielders. Top 5 or top 6 advance. I think it is. It's Acuna, Betts, Gurriel, Juan Soto, who's not having an All-Star year, but he's. We kind of spoke about this on the Put in the Book show yesterday. That when casual fans vote, they'll see Juan Soto. He must be doing great. Let's vote for him. And he's not. Corbin Carroll and Fernando Tatis, who now has 15 home runs. Are they checking him again? Since coming off the suspension.
They haven't checked him yet?
I'm sure. I'm sure they did. Who was it recently that said the league couldn't wait to drug test him? I don't remember which league it was in. But anyway, American League catchers, Adley Rutschman, number 1. I don't know how to pronounce this dude's name. Jonah Heim, maybe the Rangers. He's at number 2, right in front of Salvador Perez, who is rumored to be on the move. So that's your catcher situation. First base is Vlad Guerrero Jr., Yandy Diaz, who is hurt. So we'll see. Anthony Rizzo is 3rd. Anthony Rizzo is having a fantastic damn season, and now he's like, because I only know this because he's on my fantasy team. I like Anthony Rizzo, but he's like 1 or 2 for his last 28. I had to bench him. Really took a turn.
He gets very streaky.
Yeah, and look, last year he had a low batting average, but a lot of pop. Mm-hmm. Early on this year, he had a lot of pop, and he had a high batting average too. He was in the 300s for a longer time than
I think some of that has to do with the rule changes with the shifts and whatnot.
Yes.
So.
Yep. Did you Sorry, during the Mets and Yankees game yesterday. I don't know if you saw, Timmy. I don't know if anybody else saw, but the call that was made against Jeff McNeil for violating the shift.
No, I didn't see it.
Okay,
I did not see it.
So the Yankees had a runner on second base. I don't remember what the score was at the time. It was 7th or 8th inning, and Jeff McNeil, the dude, whoever it was, is bouncing off second base to try and distract the pitcher, obviously. So McNeil plants his foot on second base, and the home plate umpire calls a ball for the Yankees batter because McNeil's, I guess McNeil's foot was on the third base side of second base, and you're not allowed to position yourself like that. Now, David Cohn says, yes, technically, but that's not the spirit of the rule. The spirit of the rule is to stop the shifts. His foot was literally just on the third base side of second base, and they called ball. He was livid. But I wanted to get your feedback on that. But it's a little.
I'm
that's
watching
a little
it
much
right
on
now.
that. All right, okay.
That's a weird. I'm all for banning that shift because I couldn't stand it. It just looked stupid, and the fact that no hitters could take advantage of it made me even piss me off even more. When you have 45 guys on the right side, you telling me as a professional hitter you can't drop a bunt down the left side to fucking run the first? You can jog the first. You can jog and wave. And like, I'm running to first base, you assholes. That's it. See, no one could do it, and that's what pisses me off about
it. Keith is the same way, and my thing. I don't disagree with what you're saying. My point to Keith when we had this conversation was that it's not the fault of the hitters. Bear with me because I'm gonna get there. It's not the fault of the hitters. It's the fault of the owners that are paying the guys that are hitting 45 home runs a year and hitting 210. They don't care about the bunt down the line. They don't care about that. They want the pop. Like Kyle Schwarber. When's Schwarber ever going to lay down a few bunts? They would rather see him try to launch one out.
He actually did, though, back in the Cubs days. He did that several times where he would lay down bunts down the third base line.
Right, but
that was back when his batting average was above 250, though. So that was a different time.
Right, exactly.
But wouldn't they want to win the game
when he got paid? What was that?
Wouldn't they want to win? Like, isn't that the whole thing? Like, that's what's going to get.
Yeah,
like, getting it out. It's not going to win you the game. Hitting it on third base.
Exactly. Every situation. I'm just saying, you're down by 2 runs. You want him to swing it for the fences, or you want him to hit when there's nobody standing. Yep. Try to hit when no one's standing.
Yep.
Get on base. You never know what's going to happen.
Right. Because you can hit one 17 miles, and all you did was cut the lead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a 1-run game. So maybe that's a topic for another day too. Are the owners at fault for everything that's going on?
Of course.
Look at that.
I mean, that would technically trickle down further, though, wouldn't it? When we have to talk about like general managers allowing it and coaches playing them, even though they can't hit the ball unless it's out of the park.
Right, but then you don't know where that's coming from. Like, is it the owner saying you must play this dude, the general manager, which I think has something to do with the Vogelback thing because he's already got the Darren Ruff.
It's also they shifted on Bryce Harper. You're not going to play Bryce Harper? You know what I mean? Mark Teixeira for the Yankees back was who I liked back in the day. I'm like, you are a good hitter. Why can't you hit the ball on the third base side when you're batting fucking left-handed? Couldn't do it. You're not going to sit these guys, just because of the money also. So I'm not blaming them at all.
Yeah. And we talk about that another time. Second baseman, Marcus Semien, who's been absurd. Got off that slow start with the Rangers in his first year, but he's been absurd since then at over 700,000 votes. Altuve is number 2 at 363,000. So it looks like we've never known how you truly feel about Jose Altuve, Timmy. Looks like those two will be moving on unless somehow Whit Merrifield somehow overtakes Altuve, but doesn't look like it. Third base, you got Matt Chapman, who's been great this year, 475,000 votes. Josh, is it Jung for the Rangers, 470,000 votes, and then Devers way behind. So it'll be those two guys moving on. Shortstop, Bo Bichette, also on my fantasy team. Great job this year, buddy. At almost 800,000 votes. Corey Seager, number 2, 376,000. Doesn't look like Wander Franco has enough juice to get
See,
there.
now back in the day with the paper ballots, Anthony Volpe to be number 1. Back in the day.
He's number 7.
I know I'd walk out of the stadium with like a stack like this, but I'd Yankee, drop them off.
All the little pamphlets. Hell yeah.
Where's
I
the
actually really miss those.
I do too.
I used to love going to baseball games and grabbing those and throwing them.
I just steal 1,000, just sit in my room like this. Yankee, this guy sucks. I'm gonna vote for him anyway because he's a Yankee.
That's why Vogelback has 60,000 votes because the Met fans. Let's just do it down the list. Well, I'm sorry. What was that name that you mentioned, Mello?
Where's Correa on that list?
He's got to be somewhere behind number 10, Enrique Hernandez, with 43,000 votes. Wait, do they have him at third base here? No, I don't see him. He is not.
Well, wait, where was Lindor though?
Lindor was number 2 in the National League.
Yeah, we just stated how New York
top five in the National League in RBIs.
New Yorkers just for the Mets.
Wait. I know that douchebag Timmy, whoever that was, said that Lindor is not clutch. However, he's batting .285 with running in scoring position. He sucks with nobody on. It's the opposite.
The New York media is so ridiculous at this point. So they turned on the Mets immediately. I said if it wasn't for Aaron Judge, they'd be totally against the Yankees too. But like, you literally will have half the papers and news saying Anthony Volpe is going to be better than Jeter by the end of his career. The other half is saying this guy's a fucking bust already. It's like, get together and figure out what you want to talk to, what you want to say. One's got in the Hall of Fame. Other one's saying he's done already. It's like, are you kidding me?
They do get together. They do get together. They get together and they discuss it and they cover the whole range. So someone is going to be right.
The Mets have a rookie also, Vientos, who hit a ton of home runs in the minor leagues. He came up and wasn't playing every day.
I'm not trolling when I send you that shit. I want you to see how bad the media gets. And I said they're real bad against. I mean, they really turn real quick.
Right.
Well, it felt like we were hearing negative Mets stuff like 2 games into the season this year. So,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm being serious. It felt like they lost 2 games. Like the Mets suck. It's like, golly, can we play a game first?
And I don't know this. I don't know. There was a meme or a stat or whatever, a list that like the top 8 teams in salary. 2 of the top 8 are right now in a playoff spot. So
I read one of the predictions for the year. They have all the guys' local papers. I forget which one it was. He said if the Mets don't win at least 3 World Series in the next 5 years, this whole thing was a complete failure. I'm like, 3?
What?
Let them get 1. Let them get 1. Get that money.
What the hell is going on?
Let them make it to 1. How about that?
Hey.
Why would that be the bar though? I'm so confused.
The same
3 out of 5, 60%.
Steve Cohen with the money and the fucking pay. Plus, they got Verlander and fucking Scherzer pitching for 5 more years at that level. It's like if they don't win 3 in the next 5, it's a complete bust.
Can they pitch at that level for this year?
If they win 1, you telling me it's a complete bust? No. You win 1, it's a fucking victory. What are you talking about?
Give me 1 in the next 10 years.
Yo, Steve. As a Mets fan, if you guys won the World Series this year, would you be okay if they went 0-162 next year?
Yes.
Point made. It only takes 1. That's all.
It's true.
And we make that we've made that argument with all these like longer contracts. If you get 1 in a 8-year contract where the last 3 years is going to be bench, hurt, all this stuff. Yeah, give me that 1 title.
Yeah, I said that with the Rangers. 94 was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. They don't have to win ever again. But that ran out quick because now it's been too long. Now it's been 30 years. It's like, all right, fellas, it's time to bring another one around again because I'm tired of waiting this long again.
Hey, some of us haven't experienced that.
30 years next year.
So.
Well, yeah. Sometimes it's hurtful. It's that meme that says men pick their team that's gonna dictate the rest of their lives when they're 10 years old. And the good fans, anyway.
So outfielders.
What did he say?
So those outfielders.
DH Otani. Absurdly, there are 924,000 votes.
But how many votes does he have as a pitcher? Does he have another 900,000 as a pitcher also?
Brandon Belt is number 2 there. And then outfielders for the American League, Aaron Judge, number 1. I don't know if he'll be ready. Just like, how long is he supposed to be out for?
Sit him down.
Yeah, for sure. But, yeah.
He's not going to be back in a month?
He should be back. Yeah.
But should he play?
It was only like 2 weeks.
No, I wouldn't play him.
Yeah.
I would never play him. Never in a million years would I play him.
But how long was he going to be out for? I thought it was less time.
I thought it was only 10 days.
I thought it was 2 weeks.
That's what I thought. It was like 10 days, 2 weeks is what I had heard.
Yeah, they'll probably keep him 2 weeks just to be safe.
Yeah, and then don't play him in the.
Eventually, I think, and obviously we're not there yet in like hockey and basketball and baseball per se, but I think all of these All-Star games are eventually going to become basically like how the Pro Bowl is, where Snoop Hundley is starting at quarterback for the AFC.
Yeah, I
know people are against it. Awesome. Yeah, but I know people are against it. But I'm all for this fucking fake game bullshit like they had for the football this year, like just fake like tackle like flag football and skills competition.
Yeah,
I think that's way better than bullshit All-Star game. All-Star games suck. All of them.
The flag football game was pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. It was. I liked it.
No, yeah, it's like you do bits now instead of having actual stupid fake games where people get.
The best thing about All-Star game is if you love scoring. You know, the NBA final of the All-Star game is 195, 198. It's all right. It's fucking cool. Hockey.
Didn't hockey go to the 3-on-3 now though?
Yeah.
I think that's great too. It's just people. It would be nice if there was a little more goaltending, but like it's fun to see them just go crazy up and down the ice.
It's like NBA. It gets like, okay, yeah, great. They scored 198 points, but
fucking joke.
It's terrible.
The only thing are the
defense.
Right. There are like the little storylines within the game when the two Boston guys guarded each other. That's the only part that I can remember from this All-Star game.
No, this All-Star game was terrible. That literally was the highlight of it. Because then at the end, it was just like them breaking half-court shots.
They should have one All-Star team, East and West, and play like the fucking Harlem Globetrotters. It's like something like that. Like something wacky like that. That'd be fucking awesome.
But here, you know, I know. Well, here, I'll wait till we're done with baseball. I got a crazy basketball idea for you guys.
All right, yeah, we're on the last thing here for outfielders: Judge, Trout, Alvarez from the Astros, Arozarena from the Rays, and Kiermaier from the Blue Jays are your top 5. Adolis Garcia from the Rangers, number 6. So that's how this goes. I think it's up until the 21st or 22nd. Then it moves on to the next round, and then. We go from there.
And real quick before we switch, can I say you said about Altuve before? I've been in the presence of Red Sox before. No, it's just Red Sox. I don't care. Whatever. Hey, how you doing? Altuve, I don't think I can control myself. I think I'd be in jail. I think I would be put in jail immediately for that.
Tim, the man goes up to like your waist.
I don't care.
Tim would be like, bam!
Exactly. That's what makes it more fun. I can just squash that little fucking bug. No, I think
rip his shirt open. Where's the wire? You son of a bitch.
Where's the tattoo?
You'll be watching the Yankee games. You see, the Astros are climbing up into the stands for some reason. I'll be the reason why they're all coming up into the stands after me. I couldn't hold back against that team. I hate them so much.
Go ahead, Ant.
I can't find a good picture of it, but I've seen this idea floating around now for a little while with the NBA. And essentially the proposal is to have the three-point line, instead of it arch around and then come back down to the baseline, leaving the corners for threes, is to actually have it, as it arches, to just go to the out-of-bounds lines and eliminate corner threes altogether. So the three-point line would just be a slight arch, above the key, essentially, that goes around the back part, but no come down on the side, no corner threes in it. I'll explain why I don't like it. I know a lot of people think that the three ball is ruining the NBA and they want to get rid of it and blah, 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 blah. And the corner three is so hard to defend. And I understand where they're coming from with that argument. However, I don't think that doing something like that would be the best idea for basketball, because then you're basically making those two areas along the baseline in the corners, those are now dead areas offensively. If I'm a defense, I don't have to cover those areas.
Yeah.
If people want to take long twos from there, take them all day. I will not cover you. So I don't like the idea.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, I'm not.
This is the type of thing that gets in the way of something that we don't really love to talk about is a total GOAT, because of all the different rules that have been pre 3-point era, during the 3-point era, 3-point jacking era, and now we're gonna get no corner 3 era. So it's like, and then when you try to compare different players,
dude, Bird made his fucking living
shooting
out there. Bird loved that fucking corner. Loved it.
There's been a number of players throughout the years that have made a
but 3-point
career out of planning over there.
Yeah, but 3-pointers aren't ruining the game. People chucking up threes instead of setting up a play is what's ruining the league. I mean, you see how quick a team falls behind. Up 3. It's like, dude, fucking set something up. Try to,
no lead is safe.
No.
But it's also, if you look at like the Boston-Miami series and those 4 losses, in each of those losses, they had over 25 missed threes.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But they start chucking. Oh, we're down by 6 threes. It's like, dude,
it's not right from behind the arc. It's 28 feet, 29 feet.
Oh yeah.
Those I'll never it's not even that it's 28 and 29. It's 28 and 29 footers with 18 seconds on the shot clock. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. So
not to crap on Timmy Celtics, but like that is Jaylen Brown is the king of the early shot clock.
Yeah,
28 footer.
He's
the king of it.
Dribble down the court, 3, dude. Set a goddamn play up. Try something. You have,
and he's going to get $300 million.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. From someone.
yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it's Boston, but from someone.
We'll see.
That's my problem with the game. Just saying.
Yeah, he's signing both to him and Tatum. It's what I think it's $620 million between the two of them.
Yeah, then you have those two and 7 scrubs on your team, and that's the end of it. You can't afford nobody else.
Stupid salary caps.
Well, but with the new CBA rules, which we have CJ McCollum to thank for, they actually make it tougher for teams now with the multi-superstar teams. Yeah. Now, if you have those, if you exceed 2 superstars, the limitations you face cap-wise and how you can improve your team are dramatic.
Yeah.
And if you get a little further above that tax line, they actually start taking away your mid-level exception. You can't trade for salary. Like, it's pretty wild, some of the limitations that are in that new CBA. I cannot believe that the players allowed that to happen. And it's a shame because essentially CJ McCollum, who's now the head of the Players Association, a player who's been anti, these super teams, was allowed to go in and negotiate for them. But then they ratified it, like they agreed to it. And 2 years from now, I don't even know if it'll take that long, maybe next year, we're going to see a bunch of players coming out complaining about it because it's ultimately going to lead to situations like Jaylen. Put it this way, these rules could end up costing Jaylen Brown about $75 million. Because if Boston trades him, he actually doesn't get the $300 million anymore. He can't once they trade him.
It's strictly with Boston,
Yeah, so if they trade him, he loses $75 million. And a lot of these teams are going to have to start doing things like that just so they don't face the roster limitations. So the fact that the NBA players allowed this to happen is the silliest thing I've ever seen.
Agreed, but like when you've had as many wins as the NBA players have had over the years, I guess there's one. Let's take a hit here, but it's been just win after win after win. I feel like for the players.
But I think that's what's so surprising about it to me. For what was widely considered the strongest players association, and the real league that has kind of started this whole player movement thing, which the NFL keeps trying to do, and they're not succeeding at it. For them to lose this badly in a CBA negotiation just seems so crazy. And it wasn't even like something that like the owners were really pushing for. This was a lot of stuff that they kind of brought on themselves. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that guys like Chris Paul and LeBron, who have been the ones who have really kind of fought for these other rules that have been in play, allowed for something like this to happen. But I guess that's just a sign that, they're almost out the door.
Yeah, exactly. We got our stuff. They got to do with that stuff now.
Especially Chris Paul. I mean, he's got his own own
That's
concerns now with where he's going to be playing.
That's my job in my union. It's like, all right, we're going to vote the new rules. Now, either we can take away 3 of your sick days, or we can screw the new people coming in. How do you think we're all going to vote?
Yeah.
Screw the new people. Screw them.
Grandfather us in.
It's like
but we don't have to live by those rules. They do.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. All
right.
Can you get me a job? I go, you don't want my job. Not now. You don't. You don't want to come in now. Right now.
Back in the day, you did.
You'll be making $12 an hour for 4 or 5 years until you get the maximum salary like that I make, and then be like, you're dead by then. You're dead.
Dead. That's good outlook. Well, all right, so I think we've covered a lot here tonight. We're gonna take it out leave out the back door here, but let's do a little round robin here. Starting off with the Taskmaster himself, Timmy T. What you got on the way out?
Oh yes, that Dungeon of Doom, baby. I'm pumped for next week. Actually, I'm looking forward to starting doing these kind of crazy lists. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with those. I'm looking forward to Dave's list the most. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we got only baseball now, which is the most depressing time of year. But we do have wrestling still. CM Punk comes back Saturday night. We'll see how that goes. I know Dave's excited. I'm not. But
Best in the world, baby. Best in the world.
Really?
That's his thing. That's his catchphrase.
Stole it from Jericho. Go ahead. I and I alone am the best in the world at what I do. Go ahead, Mel.
He doesn't say that.
Jericho says it. Jericho said that.
No, I'm saying he doesn't say that part. No, he says, I'm the best in the world at what I do.
Best in the world. Best in the world. Go ahead.
Clobbering time.
And this
Not
is
Dame
Stone
time.
Cold. What?
Not Dame time. By the way, I don't know if we didn't talk about it, but KCP's horrible Stone Cold impersonation, putting the beers on the ground to open them. I was so embarrassed by watching him do that.
It was quite half-assed.
If you're not catching them, don't even try.
Don't do it.
And if you drop
Look
it,
at me. I did it authentically for just.
You drop it. You don't even. You ignore it if you drop it. You just give me another one. Give me another
Oh,
one.
you get pissed. No, you Stone Cold. You throw it bad, you get stunned, baby.
Listen, Stone Cold had 3,000 beers thrown to him. Yeah, he dropped maybe 3. Maybe 3.
Even remember the long distance ones. He used to be
He
up
would
the
have made
ramp.
a great receiver for the Giants.
He would have.
I can't wait till next week.
That's it, Mello.
I guess so. I guess my parting words would be: these past couple of months have been great. Thank you, Florida Panthers and Miami Heat. It was fun. Do it again next season, and most importantly, fuck the Knicks.
I was waiting for something.
The anger.
Ant, what you got?
Like to congratulate the Las Vegas Golden Knights and the Denver Nuggets on their championship seasons. Yes, it sucks that we lost, but they played very well, and so you must congratulate them and blah, 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 blah. Next week will be one of our best shows, I feel that next week could be a Hall of Fame type episode from us, and not an NBA Hall of Fame type.
Is it Mutombo? Okay.
We're not an NBA Hall of Fame. It's going to be a little better than that.
It's going to be hard to top that.
There's going to be no borderline about our Hall of Fame performance next week.
Every one of us will have Will Levis at number 1, baby. Maybe number 2. maybe number 2.
We should prerequisite it now that we don't have to put Will Levis on our list because he's the consensus.
That's number 1. You're right. Yeah.
So we're actually starting 2 through 16.
We're starting at 1A, 1B. We'll start at 1B.
2. We'll just start at 2.
The battle for the number 2 spot is what it is.
We all know who number 1 is.
All right. Well, I don't need to congratulate them, but I want to thank the Denver Nuggets, to a lesser extent, the Vegas Golden Knights for taking care of business in the finals. Man, that would have been tremendous pressure and just agitation from all the Heat fans down here. I cannot be more excited that the Heat did not win the championship.
You know it's
Because
going
this
to be short-lived.
would have been a difficult show.
He just
Because
didn't want that
Mello would
parade.
have had a whole lot different tone.
He would have been on time today. You would have had to have instituted
Him and
your
early.
10-minute
You would have
misconduct
started the
from
show
him
early
last
before
week.
these guys get here.
You would have had to have
as soon as
enforced
the
your
room was
10-minute
made,
misconduct.
as soon as the room was made, David would have popped up right in there. I'm in. I'm ready
Before
to
before the link even went out. He was,
We're
"No, I'm already
live."
here. I'm already here."
I'll be getting the thing on my. I'm in the bathroom getting ready. Be like, oh look, we're live. Why are we live already? It's just Dave. Just Dave with a heat
Just
banner.
with little party blowers and confetti going off.
As far as any contests are concerned, well, not contests for tonight. Bert and John from up in Orlando got to go see Indiana Jones. In both
Bert.
cities. Yes. No Hard Feelings will be out for Vegas. Yeah, congratulations, Vegas. Yeah. And Phoenix. Let me see if the Joyride. Let's see where we have Joyride coming. Hold just a moment. Joyride, we'll be posting soon in Tampa, Orlando, and Broward
One more
County.
thing. Did you like Flash? Who saw Flash? Dave, you saw Flash.
I saw Flash.
Did you like Flash?
So
you're not ready to
take away all the cameos, which I already know about, and I don't care because I'm not one of those spoiler guys who will have a fucking heart attack if I find out something ahead of time, like some people I know, Eddie. But take away the cameos. Is it a good movie? That's all I want to know. I'm not going till Saturday now.
Okay. I did think it was a good movie.
Okay.
Just based on everything else DC has given us, I would say it's the best movie that they've put out.
That doesn't help.
That's not saying a whole lot.
I'm gonna leave.
Wait. How far back are we dating that? How far back?
DCEU?
DC. Okay, DC. So we're not counting the Batman.
No.
Emo Robert Pattinson Batman.
No Dark Knight.
I didn't even think that was that great to begin with, honestly.
Really? Okay.
I thought it was way too long. I thought some of the stuff was just not needed. I kept looking at my watch in the theater like, how much longer do I have to be watching here?
I like the movie, but I'm not about to argue and defend it. Like I enjoyed it.
No, I don't think it was terrible. Like I thought it was good. I just thought it was too long. Like they could have cut a lot more things.
It was very long. I will agree with that.
It was
and they actually cut out some
like
scenes that probably would have been good in the movie.
Well, the Batman, you mean?
Yeah, the Batman.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, Snyder. Oh, you were talking about Snyder Cut. That's even worse. That's a bad movie. That's just way too long.
You wasn't here last week, right? When I went on my rant about the Snyder Cut.
No, I
wasn't here last week. I was taking my mental health week.
When I did it,
the Snyder Cut. I remember bashing the Snyder Cut.
I went on a rant about the Snyder. How can you call a movie a Snyder Cut and talk about that? That's the way the movie was meant to.
Oh yeah.
But he spent like $100 million reshooting and rewriting the movie. How the fuck is that the movie you meant to show if you had to reshoot half of it? He shot the whole first movie.
He got all the bad answers, or what people didn't like was like, okay, let's switch this, let's switch this, let's switch this. Like, and then make it
and then like this
2 times as long.
Do this.
Well, I'm just saying,
horrible.
I am very rough on the DC movies because they've hurt my feelings many times.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a Wonder Woman. I don't like the first one when people fucking cream themselves over that movie. I thought it was average.
I'm with you. I
didn't like Aquaman average, Batman, Superman average. They're all average to me.
Aquaman,
I think average is being generous.
That was not average.
average is generous. Yeah, it is. But so I mean, Shazam is my favorite fucking DC movie. What does that tell you?
I think Suicide Squad would probably be the best one.
Which Suicide Squad?
The second one.
The new one.
The Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
it was definitely way better
much
than the
better.
first one. I still wasn't like blown away.
I'm excited to go in and say that, even though I said I know all the TikTok does not hide nothing, so I got all the spoilers already.
TikTok is a scary spoiler space.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I said as long as it's a good goddamn movie, I'm okay with it. But I have a feeling I'm gonna come out of that movie angry.
Me too.
I just have this feeling.
Me too.
We'll see.
I've been thinking the same thing. Hear all these positive reviews, and I'm like, man, I feel like I've been down this road before.
Positive reviews.
You might be sitting this Saturday going,
Get our hopes up.
Pop Culture
Don't read
Pulse is live.
any of Bert's reviews.
No. You might all of a sudden like 5 o'clock Saturday, Pop Culture Pulse is live. Wait, who's live? It'd be me going, fuck you, DC.
Right outside the theater. This sucked.
And you know what's
You
sad?
did it again.
What's sad about all this? All this being said and how much we can't stand it, I really genuinely am excited to see what James Gunn does until he lets me down, and then I'll just stop watching him altogether.
Yeah. That's the
I
intriguing
really
part.
have high hopes that he's going to do something right with this, but I also have very low expectations for
Me
DC.
too.
I think though what sucks is that like this Aquaman 2, it's pointless.
Yep.
Like that's
Well,
what I feel like we're just waiting.
It sounds like the way they're talking about this, the Flash movie, is that may not be pointless. That maybe that they use his abilities to tie him in somewhere. Or, I don't know.
Or maybe
they're
they're saying
talking
that
about
so that you do go
they're
see the
talking
movie
about
instead of
doing
it being
another
pointless.
They're
Yeah.
talking about doing another one. I mean, with him too, with Ezra.
Yeah, they
bringing
said
him
they
back
wouldn't
for a
do it.
second one.
The director said, yeah, he wouldn't do it with anyone else that's not Ezra.
But the fact that the studio is even
Hello.
talking about doing it is
We don't see a
Crazy.
problem with this. All right. No hard feelings with Jennifer Lawrence down in
That looks
Florida
funny.
also. So, yeah, I got Tampa, Orlando. And, wow, this one's Broward also.
So Aventura?
You said you got an
Dania.
Orlando one for that one?
Yeah, Regal Waterford Lakes.
What day is it?
That is June 20th.
Day of the
Tuesday.
week is that?
Tuesday.
Oh, never mind. All right, never mind.
All right, so that one's going to be a Regal Dania point. So Dania and look at Broward representing in these last couple of rounds. All right, that does it for us on this wonderful Thursday. We call it Friday Eve. We'll keep updated on everything that goes on, pop culture, sports, all that good stuff in the group, and we'll be back here next week ranking the top 15 quarterbacks. Spoiler:
2 through 16. 2 through 16.
2 through 16.
You
2
know-
through
you
10
know,
on Melo's
we're
list
doing-
is Daniel Jones.
We're doing 32. You know it's going to end up being 32. I'm doing all 32 just to be safe because I know it's going to happen.
Yeah, because we're getting a question like, oh, where's
is
this
right
one on
outside?
your
Yeah,
list?
yeah.
I'm
This is right on
not,
your
I'm not
list.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was always intending on doing all of them, and just so I always had the intention of I'm just gonna do the whole list, and we'll go from there.
That's fair. All right. Peace out, everybody.